And right when we did that, we're down to 15 seconds. See, he even controls time and space. And we are headed into match number 2 of 5. Here's our first Miramar match of tonight. The flight path is coming in from the Oasis area, all the way up in the center, north, far north center, coming down just to the southeast just a little bit, but we're going over the top of water treatment, Hacienda del Patron graveyard, straight down the middle of Los Leon, through the southern farms of Los Leon, and I think the chicky nuggies will be swimming with the fishes. So there is your flight path. And looks like we've got several teams. Region 8 might be locked in. CLO. Hello, CLO. Alright, let's go ahead and scroll on in on this map. It looks like we have 3 teams headed over towards Toromunda. We got Region 8 Gaming, 7DS, and Mad Esports. We've got 2 teams headed over towards La Cabrera. We've got Crowns Esports right there with a Luva. There we go. Does look like to be announced is jumping right next to Kara. Look at that, Kara heading on down in Claus. Just keeping an eye on him. Look at that. He's like, I see you. I see you. And look at this right down below. I think Claus may get to the graves before. Oh, yeah, they are pulling off. And Claus is like, hey, where you going? Where you going? Alright, so let's go. Let's check in on Claus. Keep him full screen as they're coming on in. And I think Claus is probably going to go looking for a gun before his vehicle, because you know he wants to get some of those points coming his direction. So he does have a couple got a DBS and an MK12, so he's ready. They're going to come and get him. Here comes Blaze coming on out. Blaze just driving right on past him. Salty right on here with him. So Gloss and Salty heading on over towards, let's see, it looks like they're gonna go ahead over to El Pozo. We've already got some fights over here in the power grid. We got Gamma and Deadly up to an elimination there, right here on top of it. I did miss who that was that they just in a fight, but another duo over here. So let's see what else is happening. We do have, was that the United Winners? United Winners seem to be having some issues. Yeah. Eric. Oh, you got to feel for Eric. Less than a minute into stage 1 and he's already a solo. So that's a rough spot for Eric to be in. And let's check in on what's going on with the rest of this map. Does look like San Martin has some chaos going on. Let's check in on what Tony Oka is already down, but we got zero latency right over here with Space Esports. Let's check in on Space Esports. What's going on with them? Looks like we're just coming in from this eastern edge, and we do have another team over here in Hacienda del Patron. This is Socrates right on over here. So now let's head up and over to, this is Terra Branca. Let's see where Toromunda. There we go. Toromunda. And my brain, I'm just shot today, guys. We are over here with Region 8 Gaming. Home Depot. Look at this. We got all of Region 8 up high, keeping those angles. They are keeping an eye right on down on top of Mad Esports down below. And let's see, Picado, very, very empty, but it does look like we've got Team 21 down to just a solo. Upgrade NA Tornilka. So we're down to just Gmuck. I don't know what happened to Baby Tang. I did miss it, and I don't know where Havoc is. Havoc, whoa, but we do have a couple of players over here. We did lose a player. Hello, everyone, and happy Sunday night. We are with North America's best stars. Let's go. This is week 7. Can you guys believe it? We are already to week 7. Let's get through these slots. In slot 3, Region 8, Gaming. Slot 4, Silence Esports. Slot 5, to be announced. Slot 6, Ice Elves. Slot 7, Vespera. 8, we got Exceed. 9, Dark Esports. Japaranda, my friends. 10, The Finest. 11, 4, Angry Men. 12, Signed to God. 13, Team Control. 14, Vitality Pros. 15, Parasite. I see you, Parasixfo. 16, Apex Pro Esports Pros. There you have it. 17, Nexus Alliance. 18, 4 Ronins. 19, Scenaria. NA, and 20, Mad Esports. There you have it, guys. Here are your best stars for week number 7, and we are on hard start. Oh, we got just a couple seconds before hard start. I hope you guys have had a great weekend. Ooh, we just keep on getting more and more snow, more storms up here. The winds are supposed to kick up again tonight, so if I disappear for a minute on YouTube, I will be back ASAP. But there's not much I can do with this crazy weather. So much chaos. Pappy Sour! Pappy Sour, big fan. Where is your team, Pappy Sour? We're on hard start and they're saying last call. So hopefully you get your team in here, Pappy Sour. He's so sour. Alright, let's see what else is going on with the rest of them. Looks like the rest of the teams are in place. Pepe, oh, here they come. There they are, rushing in. And let's see, we got Hilo in here. Silent Ampador. Alright, so let's get these guys into their seats and we will be headed out. Hello, Mohammed. Big fan, Mohammed. Big hearts, big hearts. Woo! There you go, Pepe Sour. You got some people hopping into those seats with you. One more, and I'm not sure if they're going to wait for that last one to get here. But I think everybody else is in. Klaus, I see you. Hello, Gil. Can't root for my team. They banned. No, Gil. What happened to your team? Tell me. I need to know. Why did your team get banned? Alright. I see 2 players missing, and here we go. Our first match tonight. Let's go. Poor Gil. Gil in my chat. Rip. Oh. You gotta let me know, Gil, what happened. Alright, let's go ahead and get that map screen up there. Ta-da! A little sniffly tonight, guys. I hope it doesn't bother you too much. Sorry about that. It is that time of the year. I think I'm going to jump with Claus because I believe it was last weekend I caught him squad wiping two squad wipes, 1 match. What a fragger. I just gotta give him some screen time love. And it wouldn't be a stream without him. Hello, Claus. Jean-Claude Van Damme. He's gonna come down that chimney, but he's gonna have more than coal in his bag. Alright, look at all the sweaty tags. Look at them. Look. We're headed into Erangel, guys. First match of 5 tonight. And 8 seconds till we get to see our flight zone. Here we go. Flight path number 1. And we're coming in from the very far south. just right at Novo Crates, going across the top of Military Base Island, across that West Bridge gas station area, to the north of Quarry and out the California coastline. CLO! CLO, did you see that we got another 6 inches coming tonight? Holy smokes, I'm over moving all the snow in my driveway. Alright, I see a big cluster getting off at the start of this. Let's check in on who is going. Looks like we've got the 4 angry men jumping with the finest, headed up and over towards the Milta Power Peninsula. We have Region 8 down by that Nova Crates. And up by the observatory, or I'm not sure if he's going to the gas station area. Looks like we got a couple, 3 teams going down onto Military Base Island. I also see Sign to God not too far away from Dark Esports. The GOAT headed right up and in. And it looks like Claus headed up towards that Potato Hill area. Interesting place for Claus. He's right there with Mad Esports and the 4 Ronins. So Claus does have 3 other teams over here. Look at him, look. So he's going for that vehicle. Let's go ahead and put him on that screen. And he gets the vehicle and he's going to make it out of there, I believe, heading up and over towards his teams. Yeah, I think he's going to make it. He did drop right there with Mad Esports, but he's going to be able to come on up, get some more vehicles for his team. And he does have Noob. Noob is still up in that air as well. So let's see what else is going on. Let's go over and check in on Pachinki really quick, see what's happening. We got the Ice Elves over here with Pappy Sour and the Silence. Let's check in on Pappy Sour. Hello, Pappy Sour. PMSL Brazil, Pappy Sour. Here he is, guys. One of our NA heroes. Look at you, Emperador. I see you missed the last match previous week. Oh, no. So now we do have a fight with... Oh, what happened over here? Let's see what's going on with... Oh, we're down to a solo for Nexus Alliance. They're completely surrounded over here by... Team Control. Team Control, all 4 of them are still up, and Scarlet does have 2. Dark Esports with that fight down in Military Base. So we got some chaos going on. Let's see what's going to happen for Ark, though, because he's the last one still remaining for Nexus Alliance. And oh, JPK, he can see you. Alright, poor Gil. No missing last match. That is not good. Alright, he's got the pump shot. He does have a vest and a helmet. Oh, here they come. They're coming right up. Oh, just for fun, Trick is in this as well. I've got so many heroes in here. You get Scarlet coming right on through. Ooh, and there he goes. Trick going down. He got the elimination onto Scarlet. Alright, let's see. We also have the fight over here with Claus. Notice that the fight down in a Military Base has pulled apart just a little bit. It looks like the GOAT leaving on out. And we got the 4 Ronins over here with all 4 of them from To Be Announced still standing. I don't see Mad East. Oh, Mad Esports has gone ahead and moved on out a little bit. I'll go ahead and put that map up there so you guys can see that we are headed over towards that northeast. We do have all the way around that Kameshki Peninsula. Looks like the 4 Ronin's going to go ahead and pull on back. So let's head back over to Pachinki. Fragger needs some first aid, guys. He's got 5 band-aids over here on him. Let's check in on what is happening. We also have Parasite Esports. They're coming up and around. They're over here on the ABCD hills. And I see that, ooh, To Be Announced. They're running into another team over here. Let's see what's happening. Here they come right up and around onto Team 19 scenario. Judges just flipping the car over. Let's see what else is happening. Claws coming up and around. Salty getting some of those. Look at Salty up to 3 eliminations. Sorry guys, did not mean to mess that up, but there you go. Already to be announced, up to 6 eliminations. Alright, let's see what else is happening. We've got one team, the finest, all the way up in Yasnaya. We got a team over here, 4 Angry Men. Region 8 may end up finding signed a guy. We got all 4 of them from Dark Esports. Let's see. We got some ballerina cars going on. Let's see what else is happening. Ooh, Exceed right on over here. Self, you are right here on top of Team 7. Vespira able to get Self from the top of that. Let's check in on what is going on. Malik, I'm sorry. Malik gets found, so now let's see what is happening across the way. And Oxygen, they're paying attention, but they're getting pinched right in here into Primorsk. You can see that maybe Exceed's gonna gatekeep. Not exactly sure. The rest of these teams. Oh, let's go over. Sign to God coming right up in over here. Onto Region 8. But Region 8. Trubak able to get that. Let's see what's going on with him. Where are you? You are all the way over here getting ready to throw that. Oh, that nade right up and over onto Hate. Hate also throwing the nades right back at him. Here comes another one. And they go, what a nade. Trubak up to two of those knocks. Let's see what's happening over here. I see Home Depot coming up and over, checking in on what else is happening. Sign to God having a rough start, but we do have 4 more matches, and we do have 1 solo from Sign to God right on down below. It looks like Yasnaya is really starting to heat up. We have 3 teams in Yasnaya, the finest, 4 Angry Men, and Parasite. And it looks like the Mist are coming out. Team 6, Ice Elves, are coming out of Pachinki, so the Silence will be able to get some of the loot. We got Empedor. He's got nice meds. He's just looking for some throwables. He doesn't have any throwables down here. So let's go. Let me check in one more time on Pepe Sour. Big fan Pepe Sour. He's so sour. Ooh, we got some chaos over here. So let's see. Apex Esports Pro. Let's go, fam. All right, let's check in on Team 16 for Corey, the billionaire, in my chat. We're over here with Exceed and Dark Esports trying to come on into zone, but Dark Esports is king, paying attention to what's going on right behind him. Goat getting that elimination down in military base. He dropped down to military base to get that vehicle, and he did get into the fight. So, ooh, he's taking those shots. You're gonna take that, Goat. You're gonna take that. Maybe not. We'll see. It looks like Zenithu was up here taking all those shots, trying to cover for his team. Alright, let's find Team 16 for Corey, the billionaire. Apex. Where is Apex? Team 16. Is this them? Yep. Here you go. Here you go. They are all doing well. They're over here in the Gakka fields. They got the chopsticks over here. So if you have one that you want to pay attention to more than the others, Corey, just let me know. Here's Ace, Snazzy with wigs, and ZZ. They're doing fine. They're just rotating up and around the ruins area. And now look at our zone. We're going all the way over to the east still. We still have quite a bit of water in this zone. We got a little bit of that lower Bassmouth, Lipovka, and a little bit of that Milta Power Peninsula still in this, but they're all kind of crushing in. I do see that Team 16's not too far away from To Be Announced, but I think To Be Announced is just over there in their favorite loot spot. And Dark Esports still right over here, still trying to get some in that fight with Team, I cannot remember, oh, Exceed. Alright, what is going on with Ice? I think that is up by Yasnaya maybe. Let me scroll on in just a little bit. See, yes, it is the Finest over here getting into a fight. What's going on with you guys? Hello, bad fella. And he is over here with Ice. Let's check in on Ice, see what's happening. We lost Ice Mikey, so let's check in on the Fragger. Yeah, wiggle, wiggle. Alright, they're going to go ahead and take over these cliff sides. I do like the cliff sides for myself. I love having no one at my back. Mad Esports also coming in as a duo now. So they're going up and around. The 4 angry men. Not too far away from the Finest. So, Blake, get out of there. Get on out of there. And we're headed back to the west side of the zone over towards that Yasnaya area. Now we still have Dark Esports in a fight, but this time it's with the Region 8 Gaming King flying over the top of Home Depot. They're still coming up and around. King taking the high ground, trying to get some of those shots right on down. Ooh, what a shot. Oh, King, you had him down to about 5 HP. Wreck driving right on down in there. Wreck, he's right behind you, getting ready to throw that nade right on down the stairs onto Region 8 Gaming. Down in the shelter area. And now look at that one we got off of King. He does get a knock over onto, it looked like that said Salty. Let me check on what is happening. We also have Vespera coming up, so King has to pay attention to his back. And Cloudy, sorry guys. So we're down to just a duo for Region 8 Gaming. Yeah, one right on down in the shelter himself. And we got Home Depot coming up and around trying to cover for him. But we've got Team 7 coming up over there at Ridgeline. Team 7 about ready to get into the third party. Let's see where Team 7 is. Yeah, they're coming right up behind. And we also have the Silence coming on out of Pajinki coming right up and in onto this. Let's check in on the goat. The goat seems to have some nice angles on what is happening right up over here. And there goes the Silence. You can see Hollow in that background. And now they're going to try to get those shots. But we still have Region 8 behind Dark Esports and Vespera. Vespera coming down to that eastern side. So let's go ahead and put that map screen up there. I think I can scroll on in, show you guys where everybody has decided to call home. There you go. Let me get that. And I didn't mean to leave that one up there for you guys, but let's go. Still have Dark Esports on the screen. Let's see what else is going on. It looks like Exceed is in a fight with To Be Announced. Let's see over on this western edge. We're over at the Alamo. And Jon Snow coming up and over trying to... Ooh, Jon Snow trying to get the run over. But now here comes the Silence also coming up and over. Jon Snow is the last one still standing for Exceed. The judges right there in front of him, and there goes the judge. To Be Announced, Silent Hollow from that background. So now, let's see. Our To Be Announced, I don't see To Be Announced anymore. So that might have been so hard. It did, Corey. It shifted all the way back over to the west from that shoreline. So let's see what's going on over here with Team Control. Team Control does have the silence coming right up and over. You saw Pappy Sour's tag off in that distance. Let me check in on your team, because your team, Corey, your team is coming right up and in on this. Hello, Amadeus. Big fan of you. All right, so now we do have Team 13, Team Control up in heaven, and your team is trying to come along. Look at this. Ace is up to 2 eliminations. Corey, the billionaire. Look at this. Ace getting ready to get into position to take the fight with Team Control. But we look at all the teams that are getting set up over by the mansion. So the mansion seems to be quite the spot of interest at the moment, and I'll show you why. It is center zone. So all these teams are crushing right up into that center zone. Woo-hoo-hoo! Trick out of that just in time, but now Trick is still coming right up and in. The rest of Team Control right on over here. Trick is now the last one still standing for Team Control. Throwing the nades right up and over is Team 16 taking on these fights. So now let's go back on over to Team 16. Corey, your team is just down to Snazzy. Snazzy is trying to get the rest of the team picked back up. Ace is up to 3 eliminations. Look at this. Ace taking those eliminations. Let's check in over here and see what's going on with Team 6, the Ice Elves. Ice Elves have the finest coming up right behind them. Look at that. The finest bad fella right in his sight line. Are you going to take those shots, Mila? Or are you just getting as much information as you can? And your teammates are still coming right up and into this dip. This dip is pretty OP. Let's see. Oh, bad fella right there in his sights. Look at that. Holding off on those shots. Able to get that. We still have Jerry and Leo over there and taking those shots. Let me see what else is happening with this. Let me scroll on. Oh, Jerry. Right when I call him out, Jerry is able to get this knock, but here comes the rest of his team. His team is right up and over here, and it doesn't look like the finest are going to come on out of that. So let's see what else is happening right on over here with the 4 angry men. Hello, Caesar. Hello, we are over here at the mansion, and we've got 3 teams here. We've got Mad Esports, the Ice Elves, and all 4 of them from the 4 angry men. Gamma, what you looking at? He's got the Home Depot right there in front of him, off in the distance. Emperador. We got Team 15 trying to come right up and in. Let's see what's going on. Wagoon playing for Parasite Esports. Ooh, wagon. They found you right on through there. Look at this name. Para-pa-pa-pa-pa. Para 6-4. I see you, Para 6-4, and you can see that Parasite needs to come into this zone as well. I'm not sure where they're going to rotate it, because they are getting pretty covered over here by not only 4 angry men, but we do have Dark Esports coming up right on behind them as well. So Dark Esports taking the trenches over here by the prison. They're going to have to wrap down and around. Let me check in on the Emperadors. Oh, I can't catch them, guys. Can't catch them. There we go. Emperador coming right up into the wide open field of a mansion. You guys know I hate these wide open fields. My anxiety. You cannot watch 360 in the wide open spaces. We do have a second way to put this map screen up here while they are now just trying to get on in there. We still have stage 5, 9 teams, but you know the 9 teams are not going to be 9 in just a matter of seconds when they all start having to move on in. Alright, let's see where the fights are going on. Parasite, right on over here with Dark Esports. As Dark Esports are coming right up and in. The goat trying to get some of those shots. The nades are coming right up and in, right on top of them. We got King over there just doing the distraction, driving up and behind him, trying to make sure that the rest of his team can get those shots right in on top of him. And we still have the silence coming in from that back, so Dark Esports has to watch their back. Let's check in on Region 8 Gaming. Oh, right when we did it! Home Depot with that perfect shot right on through the mansion on the Mad Esports. And we do have Team 6, the Ice Elves, coming in from that compound up to the north side of the mansion. We still have Team 16 for Corey, the Billion, and Corey. All 4 of your boys are still standing. Look at this. Ace is up to 4 eliminations, trying to get those shots down onto the silence. The silence right out there in that wide open field. That wide open. Ooh, they found you, Ace, and Ace was able to get on out of there. But Ace does need some fresh gear. Corey, the Billionaire, why don't you chip on in and send him some fresh gear? Alright, let's see. It looks like Wrecked is getting ready to come up and around over here. By the silence. And who is that that's knocked? I think Hallow is knocked. Yeah, Hallow is knocked, but he is right over here by Emperador and Pepper Sour. He's so sour, and they're right here on the southern side of the zone. I think I can put this map back up here really quickly, and I'm gonna head on over. Oh, the Ice Elves having some hard times coming on in, but let's check in on the Finest. The Finest are trying to come right up and in onto this as well. Jerry coming into this mansion. Look at all the teams right on top of each other. We got Region 8, the Finest. We got 4 Angry Men. They are all right on top of each other. Jerry doesn't even know which way to throw those nades, those smokes, because there are tags everywhere. And we do have one of them knocked from the Ice Elves as the Finest are pushing right up and in onto all these teams. Jerry pushing up the stairs of the mansion. All these teams, the 4 Angry Men in the fight, getting Leo. Dark Esports finding Hallow, and there goes Baptist Sour. Oh, and then Emperador getting the tire squish. And so Jerry, Dexter's lab just blown up in their faces. So now let's see who is the top fragger at the moment. We got several with 3 eliminations. We got the goat over here, Wrecked, still just driving right on by. Driving right on by down to 1 HP. They're taking over the southern side while the rest of these teams are over here in the mansion. And King going out to Snazzy. Snazzy is the last one still standing, Corey, for your team. Your team is up to 8 eliminations in 5 teams left, and not in. Alright, so let's go. Let's see what else is going on with Deadly right here in this huge cluster of tags. We got yellow, or it's kind of looking like a starburst going on. And here comes the strawberry starburst. We got it all, guys. We got it all. Lemon, cherry, watermelon, you name it. Alright, so let's see what else is happening. Let me check in on what Mula with the ghillie suit on. And when this pops, he might be able to scroll on out of there, but we'll have to see. see, it does look like Dark Esports still wrapping around this outside. And Home Depot still, or Region 8 Gaming still in the zone. Dark Esports taking over this whole southern side of the zone. When we go on the mansion, most of the teams in the mansion are going to have to push right up and in onto Region 8 Gaming. So let me see if I can get the sky view going and show you what is happening. We got Team 6, the Ice Elves, Team 11, the 4 Angry Men, and they are right here on top of Region 8 Gaming with all of Dark Esports just waiting them out. Look at this, Dark Esports out in the field waiting for them to come out of this chaos. Let me scroll on back just a little bit so you guys can really see where all your teams are. And we can hear Dark Esports wrecked, still driving around and trying to get those better angles. Let's check in on what they're doing right on over here. They're just getting some of the loot that's over here. Let's head back over to, let's check in over here with the 4 Angry Men. Deadly is up to 3 eliminations. He's got footsteps all the way around him. We got the Ice Elves right in front of him, throwing those smokes, throwing the nades. Here comes a nade over onto Fragger. He does get Fragger out, and now Super Mula gets taken down. Deadly still up. Gamma gets knocked. So now let's see, we're down to the top 3 teams. We still have 3 teams in this, and we still have the 2 teams over here in the mansion itself, and 4 Angry Men are trying to push up down to one player. Deadly is the last one still standing. Deadly needs a and it does not look like Home Depot wants Deadly coming up into his house. Oh, Deadly trying to take those shots as he's coming on in, but Deadly, you have Dark Esports all up and around. Ooh, Dark Esports finding that. So now we are down to the duo from Region 8 Gaming, surrounded on all sides by Dark Esports. Dark Esports is dominating this zone. Region 8 Gaming has to come out of this house into Dark Esports. And let's see, we have no smokes, guys. 0 smokes. He's got plenty of band-aids, and after trying to get through all of this, he's going to need some of those band-aids for sure. Alright, let's see if I can get you any better view of any of this from the sky. And I don't think so just yet. Oh, they're driving right up and in Dark Esports. Dark Esports has all these angles covered no matter which way he's trying to come right up and in. So look at this. Wrecked with that one angle. We got the goat straight across from him, and then we did have another. Oh, we lost one from Dark Esports. It is now a 2v2. So now Home Depot trying to get those shots across the way onto the goat. Here comes the nades up and over, and look at that. Oh, so now we are down to just a solo. Let's see what's going on. And I couldn't change it fast enough. Dark Esports setting up out in that field, coming in first with 15 eliminations, 1-5 with 10 placement points, 25 total points for this very first Erangel match. GG's. Coming in second, Region 8 Gaming with 7 eliminations, and the 4 Angry Men coming in third with 6 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18. Going all out. Dark Esports, the GOAT. 5 eliminations, 1,166 damage. That Fragger be fragging. We'll be coming right back. We'll be jumping with Dark Esports, and I should have your live scores. Be right back. Player 2 is gone from the Chosen. We're up to 2 eliminations. And look at this. Player 3, you don't want to sit too close in that window. And are we watching? Oh, G-Muck, look at this. He is watching, guys. He is watching. Hello, Lexi. I see you, Lexi. Alright, let me go ahead and put that map back up there. You can see that your teams are starting to make their way up and into zone. We still have a couple teams in San Martin in that fight. Let me go ahead and try to center that up just a little better so you can figure out where to spread all over this first zone. So now, let's see what else is happening on this map, because I feel like we still have a lot of chaos going on right here in San Martin. So let's check in on it. It looks like we are very quiet, but we do have Kara Esports not too far away. We're up here on the Cell Tower Hill. It looks like Jero just trying to figure out where the players are. We've got 8 players down there, Jero. Don't think you can figure out where they all are, because they are moving as well. Look at this. You can see that they're going across the streets. Not too far away. Region 8 and Mad Esports now in that fight. We did get a knock onto Mad Noob. So now here they come. We got Crazy trying to throw those smokes up and over, and I'm not sure which one. Gazali trying to hold up the push from Region 8. Region 8 getting that nade over onto Gazali. Gazali down to about 5 HP. And now we do have one knock from Region 8 as well. Region 8 still a full 4-man team, but they are getting knocked. Gazali is the last one still standing. Ooh, that nade coming right up and over by 3-1-1. So we should be able to get the last player up for Region 8, but 3-1-1 getting a double elimination over here at Doramunda. Alright, so let's go. Let's see what else is going on. We still have that standoff down here in Las Leon, but I see that straight on Nepal and almost there once again, side by side. So we got Wiz keeping an eye on the rotation. There goes KC driving right on past him. We got Spence in front. And we still have a duo from straight on Nepal, not too far away. Casey, look at that spray by Wiz trying to get the Casey finding the palm trees. And now here comes straight on Nepal Wolf, up and over this edge, and 11 are repositioning now. So let's see. He is no longer even on my screen. So Team 23, the Extreme Slayers. We're coming up and around. We're hearing all this chaos. And now we are on the other side of straight out of Nepal. Straight out of Nepal. Now pinched between the Extreme Slayers and almost there. So they came right into another team. SSSSSS trying to re-rotate, reroute. Alexa going nuts in the car. Surrey saying turn around. So it looks like SSS headed over towards the truck stop. Just going to kind of zoom on through here and try to reroute, because Surrey is going off. Alright guys, let's go. Let's see what's going on over here with, ooh, weird. Talk about another team getting pinched. We've got Team 10, the Academy, coming straight in through to be announced on one side, and the 4 Angry Men on the other side. So we got Zumi coming right up and over, trying to get that wobble van through the El Pozo Hills. Well, look at this. Here comes Team 11 to be announced, and Zoomy Zoom. Keep the 4 wheels down, get them going. Team 14 is right in front of you, the 4 Angry Men. I'm sorry, Zoomy. I'm sorry. Alright, let's check in on Deadly. Deadly trying to get on up and over here, and Deadly is going to now come right up and into Team 19, Kara Esports. Latam. Here they come, so let's check in on, let's see what Magic is doing. It looks like they are rotating as well, because our zone is coming out of the San Martin area a bit. We are going to the north, and all these teams coming in behind them, straight on to Paul Wolf, getting a shot over onto Socrates. Socrates finding straight on to Paul Wolf. We got the eliminations going off in all sorts of different directions, but we do have the 4 angry men right here on top of Team 10. Team 10, the Academy team, coming all right up and behind them. Look at this, 3 of them in this vehicle trying to get in and away from all this chaos. Let's get on over to the other side, the Eastern Edge. We're straight on Nepal. And the Extreme Slayers, Finial right on down below the Extreme Slayers, and straight on Nepal. I just saw Nay going up, and we do have Finial Hate going down. So now let's see what else is going on. Finial Hate getting taken out. XLM also getting taken out. And I have no words. So let's go up to the north side, see what's happening over here. Team 11, Aluva in a fight with Region 8. Region 8 throwing those nades, throwing those volleys. Pantera trying to get out of that spray, but they get found from the off angle. The off angle from a Region 8, 3-1-1. So Aluva Bren trying to get those shots across, and now here comes the rest of Region 8. They're going to go ahead and rotate on out of there. Bren in the lead. We got 3-1-1 coming right up. Look at this, 3-1-1, keeping an eye on the rotation on the very north side of the zone. We are way up here by the Oasis, all the way to this north side. 3-1-1 trying to get those shots onto Bren, and Bren just not even slowing on down. So now, if there's any stream delay, please try to reset your YouTube and let me know out there if anybody else is having issues. But I think my stream is doing okay. It's doing okay on my device. Here we go. Crowns right on over here, not too far away from to be announced. Right on top of these hills, coming on top of Crowns Esports, and they are still pulling right up and in onto all of this. So let me go ahead and put that map screen up and show you what's happening. You can see that we still have teams coming in from the eastern side. So Team 7DS, they are the last ones to come into the zone. There are your players. Let me know if there's anyone that you want to keep an eye on. Now, let's get back into this match and find out what else is happening. I still see Crowns. Still see Crowns right up. Hello everyone, and welcome back. We're having a little bit of trouble with the scores, but I will put them up there as soon as they are fixed. So here we go. This time we're going to be jumping into match number 2 with Dark Esports. Good. 5 eliminations, 1,166 damage. Woo, he was putting in some work. Let's give him some screen and damn love. Where is Dark Goat? There he is on the side. Let me find him over here. Number 1. There he is. There is your last match, top fragger. Sharon, hello everyone. Welcome in. We are starting match number 2 of the NABS, the North America's Best Stars. Week number 7. It still amazes me that we are on week 7 already. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I had a pretty good weekend, even if the snow just is doing everything it can to just make sure I can't go anywhere. Alright, here's our first Miramar flight path. We're coming in from just south of Terra Branca, going to the south of Cruz del Valle water treatment, over the top of Hacienda del Patron and the farms, over the top of San Martin, Power Grid, Monte Nuevo, and dumping off at that western wasteland wall. So let's see, it looks like Dark Esports already off the plane. Let's see what's going on with them. Let's see, a lot of teams are right around them. I see a team headed up towards Terra Branca, Vespera. We do have two teams, Signed to God and Region 8 Gaming, and it looks like they might be headed up towards Torremunda. Dark Esports going to the southern side of El Azahar. We do have a team in El Azahar. Corey, the billionaire, your team is in El Azahar. Not too far away from, I think this is Team 14, Vitality Pros, right along that eastern side. So now let me go ahead and scroll on over and see what else is happening. San Martin with two teams. We got Mad Esports right on over here with Scenaria NA, and look at the cluster headed up to La Cabarria. We've got we got the Ice Elves, Exceed, the Finest, and let's go on down. The Picado is pretty quiet. So I just saw an elimination. I'm not sure where that was, but I think that is Mad Esports. Let's see, right over here in San Martin. And I'm going to go ahead and put this up on the screen. We do have the scores. I will be showing them to you as soon as this fight is over. So let me see what's going on here. All right, so Exceed and Super Mula. So let's see what is going on. Mad Noob already getting an elimination. Where is Noob? Hello, Noob. Hello. So we do have that fight with Exceed going on. Let's see where that fight is. We got Region 8 right up and over there. I don't remember where Exceed was. Where are they? Exceed, where did you go? Where did you go? Oh, my brain. Where is this fight? We got Nexus Alliance right on down there. I guess I missed that fight, guys. So let me go ahead and grab the scores for you really quickly. Here are your scores. Dark Esports with that 25 bomb in Erangel, that first match. The winner chicken dinner. Region 8 Gaming coming in second with 13-4. Angry Men tied with Apex Esports Pro and 2 B&Ls. Look at the 11s all right there in a row. So let's keep an eye on that. But let's get back into these fights and see where we're going. I do see that we got Signed to God. One of them knocked right up over here. Let's see what's happening with Kind. He's got the Winchester. You guys know I love the Winchester. They're right over here with Region 8 Gaming. Home Depot already up to an elimination. You can see that White is headed on to Rondo now. So, yeah, let's see. Oh, we also have Akash. Akash has been knocked and Cloudy, I think. Yep, there he goes. Tupac getting that elimination. So we're down to just a duo over here. 4 Signed to God, and 2 of those eliminations were from Home Depot. Home Depot has the M249, and he is trying to figure out where everyone is. Kinda. I just saw you. I just realized that was you. Hello, Kind. Hello. You are in a rough spot, aren't you? Alright, let's get off of Kind for a minute and see what else is happening, because I do see that the 4 Angry Men are coming right up and through over here onto Scenaria Esports, and you just saw that knock onto Scenaria. But we also have the Finest over here as well. You can see the Finest right up on top of them. So they've got that uphill advantage. And here, look at the Finest. They are all pretty separated out. Gamma getting that knock up that hill. So let's go. Whoop, whoop. Says Corey the billionaire. Alright, so I think he's gonna be able to get some of that loot, checking them around, making sure that it's all wide open space for him. And Scenaria's still right on over there. Let me show you where your team is, Corey. Your team is all the way over in Eleazar. They're gonna have to come on out of there, and the 4 angry men are still coming up over here onto the Finest. The Finest not too far away, but the Finest are on a huge split. We got Jerry all the way to the north, Badfellow to the south, and look at this. They are all coming right up over here onto Leo. Leo is completely surrounded by the 4 angry men. Look at Leo's spot in this position. He's got Dexter and Gamma coming right up on top of him, and look at that. Dexter is right there. Here comes Gamma. And I don't know if they know that Leo is here, but they're taking some shots because Mad and let's see, Mad is still down here in San Martin with Team 19. ZYX becoming a member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, welcome. I truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Alright, so let's see what else is happening. Oh, I see some chaos going on up here. Kind. You got people coming in. You got people leaving. This is Vespera going up and around right on over here towards Region 8 Gaming. Look at this. They are all coming right up and in onto this guy. This guy trying to take those shots over onto Vespera on that backside. And I think I call you Sai. I don't know what else to call him as he is coming right up and around. And Mad Scenario and Mad are still in that fight down in San Martin. And look at Kind. Kind still right across the way. Gamma in the Finest. Gamma finds Leo. Leo was on that ridge line, and Gamma is able to find him. And now Sai. Oh, Sai gets found. Can he get coverage from the rest of Region 8 right on over here? Region 8 Gaming trying to cover for their team as Vespera came right up and in. Kind, now is your time to get on out of there. You can do it, Kind. Move on out, Kind. Move to the east and wrap down and around because Home Depot is headed in your direction now. And they are still in that fight. They're still trying to get on over to pick him up. And we do have Kind over here. So we've got 3 teams. Oh, what a cheeky beat. And now Kind is over there. Kind is also taking those shots. But Kind gets found. Kind, I didn't see who found you. I'm sorry, Kind. Oh, look at that. It was Vespera. Vespera 4 or Oxygen. It looks like they were right on over on this side. And they're able to get that elimination. But now Vespera coming in was all 4 of them down to just a duo. Let's check in on what 4 is doing right on this side. He is down to about 30 HP, so he's gonna have to try to figure out if he's gonna go on back, get his teammate picked back up, because we got Cloudy. Cloudy is coming right up and over that ridge line. Can Cloudy get Home Depot picked back up? Can they get their team back in here? We did lose Sai over here. Home Depot coming up on the other side. Tupac right on down in all of that as well. And now we have a bunch of fights going on. We've got Control with 4 Angry Men, Dark Esports with Vespera. Oh, it doesn't stop. Look at this as we are headed over towards that crater field. field area, guys. And everybody right on top of each other now. Let me go ahead and scroll that in just a little bit so you can see this. We'll stay here for just a second more as they are coming right up and in. And look at Home Depot. They are all pressuring right on top of Home Depot. Home Depot down to about 20 HP. Does take 4 out as they come right up and in, but they are all coming in from different directions. Region 8 Gaming down to just a duo now. Is trying to push up and in. We do have a couple of them knocked over here. Oh, and Cloudy! Cloudy is found, so now it is just down to Tupac. Tupac's going to have to figure out if he can get Vespira, if he's going to go ahead and rotate onto zone. And it looks like Malik taking that finish off right on over here. And I think Tupac's going to have to move on out. He does need to get closer to zone. But we are only in stage 2. Oh, that nade did not do any good for Tupac. That was not nice. To be announced in a fight. To be announced in a fight now. And I think that was Nexus Alliance. Let's head on over to Nexus Alliance. We lost Nova. And they are still peppering him as he is coming on down. Right into Parasite. Parasite is right on down below him. Wagon. Here they come. Can you see him? Yes, he can. Perfect situation to watch the rotation of Nexus Alliance going up to the El Pozo. The El Pozo Abbey. But here comes to be announced. We got Claws. Claws right up on this angle. Trying to get those shots right on down in there as well. And our zone pops again. And they whip it back to the east side of it now. So let's see what's going on right over here with the 4 angry men. And where did your team go? Look at this, Corey. Your team is coming on down pretty close to that airdrop. I'm not sure if they see it. We still have Vespira coming out of Toramunda. And we've got Vitality Pros coming on in. Hello, Passion there coming in as a as the Demolition Derby. Demolition Derby coming on through. Alright, so let's go. Let's go ahead and scroll on in. Figure out where we want to go next. I think I can put the screen back up there. Give you guys an idea where your teams might be. We still have 14 teams in this. And look at To Be Announced taking over this whole western edge. They still have Nexus Alliance coming in and Parasite. Parasite is still down in El Pozo watching that. I'm watching over the Abbey. I was like, are we stuck in a mountain? Alright, hello Code. Hello Code. And I'm not sure what we're doing over here. I'm not sure if we're AFK. Or we're just waiting it out to see where the next zone is going to pop. Maybe they're just trying to get some of that geared. And there goes the rotation from Nexus Alliance. Para Papa Papa. What a name. Papa Papa. Ooh, Silencer now in a fight. Where's that fight going on? You ask right on over here. Corey the Billionaire, they're looking right across the way onto Apex Esports Pros. And the Silence this time came in as a full squad. And they're coming now up onto the Vitality Pros. The Vitality Pros came up and into zone from that far eastern edge all the way over here towards the power grid. To be announced is able to get some of those shots over onto Parasite. Parasite coming in from that western edge as well. And look at Team Control. Team Control, we got JPK, the king of the hill, right on over here, getting those shots right on down onto the top of the Silence. The Silence right on down below him. But we got Team 6, the Ice Elves, coming up behind JPK. So let me check in on what is Scarlet doing over here. Ooh, Scarlet's looking right on down on top of the 4 angry men and sees Blaze across across the way, taking those shots over at Blaze with the bunny backpack. Got some feet up in the air on that bunny backpack. Let's check over on Blaze. See what Blaze is watching. Blaze. Ooh. JPK can see you, Blaze. Oh, JPK doesn't miss Blaze. Blaze went to get that boost off, and JPK is not missing his shots, guys. Look at that. Single tapping Blaze right on across the way. Look at that. He's trying to blow up the buggy now. Alright, so we got some chaos right on over here. So let's see what else is happening. And look at this, to be announced, still in the fight with Parasite, trying to come on in. Let me check on Corey, the Billionaires team. We are down to just a duo that was across from all of that, where we watched Control over there with to be announced. And the 4 angry men. And now it looks like we're going to run right up and in onto the Vitality Pros. Wiggs trying to keep his back clear, but here comes the wobble van right up and over underneath the Vitality Pros. The Vitality Pros are right there in front of them. Claus finding Vespira trying to come right up and in. Malik, the last one's still standing. The last one's still standing for Vespira, and here they come right up and over the top, and Claus is shutting that right on. Oh, Salty took that right on down. Claus trying to get that tire squish, and I do see that right below them. We got the 4 Ronins. Pew Pew. Hello, Pew Pew. Alright, so Pew Pew's paying attention to Dark Esports, and our top fragger of the last match does get knocked right up over here. So let's see if we can get him picked back up. I do see that we got the 4 Ronins behind him. We got Team 20 Mad Esports all right in front of them as well. So we do get the top fragger of the last match picked back up. We also have Team 6, the Ice Elves, to the west of them, right on down below. So let's see what else is he doing. Looks like maybe he was farming that airdrop, or maybe it was Mad Esports. I didn't catch who got the knock, but they did get the full headshot over on him. Oh, Claus! Mino Claus, he's like, I'm MVP. He's coming right up and over that top. So now let's see what else is happening. Let's check in on Noob. Hello, Noob. You do have the finest coming up. Not too far away. Our next zone is getting ready to pop. Let's see where we're going. We still have 10 teams in this. You can see that we got the Dark Esports, 4 Ronin, to be announced off this northern side, and then the southern side we got some chaos going on. Well, it's not a bad zone. Not many of these teams really have to shift, but let me go back on over to oops. Corey, call your insurance agency, Corey the Billionaire. You need to get you better. Little better insurances. Look at this. There goes Nexus Alliance driving right on by. Let's see what is happening. Are you gonna check to see if there's anybody in that vehicle? Nope. Oh, Corey. I love catching things like that on stream. Loves it. Alright, so we do have the silence coming right up and in Empethor and Vegas. What is going on? What happened to Papi Zawa? Oh, the Empethor coming right up and behind Nexus Alliance. But Empethor, you do have a couple of teams right on top of you as well. So we also have the rest of the silence coming up. Nexus, or Vegas gets knocked over here, but we do have Nexus Alliance right on down here. We got JPK at the top of this. JPK also paying attention to what's going on. We've got Messi with those fantastic feet, able to get Vegas back up onto his. He's still Corey, the billionaire. Yeah. I can't help but giggle about this. Alright, let's see what's going on towards the northern side of this. Let's see what's happening with the 4 Ronins. We do have to be announced up in the top, and we also have Dark Esports. We still have a... Ooh! Oh, game right up and over onto Claus. That was the Ice Elves. And now, to be announced, down to just Salty. Salty coming up and around, trying to get those shots in. Gets shot in the back by the Ice Elves. Alright, let's get on over to the Finest. The Finest are coming right up and in on top of Mad Esports. Mad right on at the top of Cell Tower Hill. I'm getting shot from Messi, the man with the fire feet. Alright, let's go. Let's see, we got Mad Esports right here on the zone. And our zone's getting ready to pop. Let's see what's going on with our zone, guys. Let me scroll on in. And we've only got a few seconds left. There you go. Right in time. So now, just for fun in the fight with Nexus Alliance, where is Trick? Which team is Trick on? He's not over on this side, but we'll check in on the other side. Oh, that's right. Trick is playing for Control. So our zone's getting ready to pop. Guys, here we go. And another donut zone. Not a bad zone for these 7 teams. So the Finest do have to push through Mad Esports unless they want to rotate down and around. And if they rotate down and around, they're going to end up in the laps of the Silence. And the Silence, look at this. Paying attention right across the way onto JPK, because JPK is still right up here at the top of the world, keeping an eye on the rest of his team. The Silence are right on down below him as well, and we have 5 eliminations for Team Control, and it looks like we're gonna start pulling away. We still have the 4 Ronins right up over here. Oh, we got that fight going on between the Finest and Mad Esports as the Finest are pushing right up and into the Mad Esports. The Mad Esports are trying to gatekeep the Finest from coming up and over. And there goes one from Mad Esports. Here comes the rest of them. The bad fella coming right out and in. Oh, Mad Esports. They are mad, but now here comes the Silence up and along this ridge line. Are they going to push up into Mad, or are they going to end up over here with the 4 Ronins and Dark Esports? Because they are over here. We got Team Control at the back of the Silence as they come right up and in, and they can see them across the way. We got Trick right on over there. Let me get Trick on my screen. I just whoop him. Alright, so let's go. Let's see what else is happening. We are right over here on this edge of zone. All these teams, they are pretty snuggled into the zone. They don't have a lot to worry about. But Dark Esports now down to just a duo. But they've got their 4 Ronins on the other side of this hilltop. You can see that the 4 Ronins are getting ready to push right up and over. Killer, ooh, King stopping the push from the 4 Ronins, and I think we are down to the top 5 teams. We did lose the 4 Ronins. Wanted to check before I said that, and let's go. We still have... Let me put this map up here so you can see that we are still pretty separated out. Where's my mouse? There we go. So we've got Dark Esports at that north side. We got the Silence that wrapped up and around in front of Mad Esports. Let's get on over to the Silence to find out. Oh, the Silence, right when I switched on over. They are now down to the top 4. We still have Team Control down to that southern side, letting it all fight out. And here comes the Ice Elves and Mad Esports. Looks like we are struggling over here. Q. Oh no! Oh, right when I said that, Dark Esports down to just a duo now. We are down to the only 10 players. So we've got all 4 of them from the Ice Elves, all 4 of them from Team Control, and the duo from the last match winners. We still have Team Control that's in. No, they are not in zone, guys. They gotta wrap down and through. Look at this, but they don't have to come across that street just yet. We still have the Dark Esports up on the top, though. They can still see right across the way onto Team Control. So Team Control still on top of this, as well as Dark Esports. Dark Esports do need to move on in, and you can see from the upper right hand side the mini map that we do need the Ice Elves to come on in just a little bit. Trick, he's trying to watch you. Trick, he knows where you are. He just pointed you out over here. Team Control up to 7 eliminations. JPK with that beautiful uphill spot was just over there fishing for it all. And it does look to me like the Ice Elves are trying to take over both sides of the road on the north side. Those little compounds at the end. Here comes the push by Team Control to get a little better angle, but we still have Dark Esports uphill and still paying attention across the way onto. Oh, look at that. It looked like Fragger was trying to push right up and into Team Control. King was able to find Fragger, and now Mula is down to though. Both Dark Esports and Team Control. King trying to push on down, finds the rock, and Trick is still uphill. Trick is still trying to get the shots from up on top of that hill, and Trick is still in zone. So we still have, look at that, Super Mula right there, right in front of King. And JPK is able to find Zensu for Dark Esports. Dark Esports down to just a solo. We got the Ice Elves. I believe they are now just a solo. Are we a solo over here? No, we still have 777. He was able to get healed back up. Mackie right across the way as well. And now let's check in on JPK, because JPK is up to 4 eliminations and he is still uphill behind this truck. Ooh, he's able to take him out with the JPK just saw the edge of 777, and now he's gonna push on down into Dark Esports and the Ice Elves. It is Dark Esports. King, here he comes right up and over. King trying to get those nades up and over onto the Ice Elves. It is a 2v1v4. Team Control still at 4. Full man. Oh, that's JPK with that nade, and we have Mikey getting the res off over here, but JPK coming right up and over that edge, and I think JPK was the one to get it, or Trick, I'm not sure, but here they come right up and around, and Trick from uphill. Team Control coming in first with 12 eliminations, 10 placements, 22 total points for this first Miramar match of tonight. Team Control coming in first. The Ice Elves coming in second with 9 eliminations. Dark Esports coming in third with 8 eliminations. G top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18. Going all out, JPK. Team Control, JPK, 5 eliminations, 756 damage. We'll be jumping with JPK and Team Control when we come right back. I should have the scores and we will be headed into Rondo. Be right back. On over here, keeping an eye down onto team 22. Team 22, I think, is still a solo. He came out of zone 1 as a solo, less than 1 minute. Kaylita, is my stream okay? He's saying we're lagging. I just want to make sure that it's okay on your end, because it's fine on my phone. I'm watching from my phone. We are going to the north. We are up by the Oasis. That's how far north we are going, and I think almost there. Might be getting into this next fight with. We do have skills of a man not too far away. Kaylita, let me know if there's any issues, please. Alright, so we are all up on these birds' nests, and Bear, you are straight across from skills of mine, so watch your back there. We also have 4 angry men right on over here. On top of the academy team. Zoomy. Oh, Dexter finding Zoom in this nade from saying may go up. Yes, it is. That nade was perfection by 4 angry men saying. And so now, what is Gamma doing? Gamma trying to throw those nades right up into that staircase, and does get Zoran. Zoran trying to hold down the staircase, and Gamma ready for it now. We gotta wait for this Molly. The Molly's still burning as we only have a duo left. We've only got a solo left, and there goes the academy team from the 4 angry men. The 4 angry men just overwhelming the academy. All right, here we go. Let's get on over to, let's see. Should we go? I'm going to go ahead and put this map screen up here. I think we're going to have Chosen coming in onto the Region 8 right on over here. Chosen, you can see as soon as we load on in that Region 8 is not that far away. I think that's Region 8. No, that's to be announced. I saw Region 8 Salty. This is to be announced. They are right here on top of it. And then we're coming up and around. So straight out Nepal, pretty much center zone. Let's see what SSSSSS is doing right over here next to, almost there. He's right up on top of this hilltop as well. So all these teams already finding their hilltop spots to get these angles down on the teams that are coming in later. We got teams like the Silent all the way over here by Cruz de Valle. They still need to come on in. We still have 2 teams coming out of San Martin as well. San Martin still has Space Esports and Zero Latency. So 4 angry men coming in right next to Space Esports, and I think to be announced are going to be the next ones to get into a fight. Let's see what happens when they push right up and in onto Team 5, Crowns Esports right at the top. So let's see what happens. Look at this. We're coming in right below Crowns. Let's check in on what Enders is doing. Enders trying to get those shots straight across, and he finds Claws. He takes Claws right on out of that vehicle, and so now he's going to go ahead and rotate down and out, and Shaggy finish off Claws coming up and into this zone. And so now the rest of to be announced. They are all along those edges. We got, here come the judge. Here come the judge. He's coming right up along this ridge line as well. And it looks like they're just going to go ahead and keep rotating, because we do have to rotate down and in. Our zone has shifted, and we are still headed over towards straight out of Nepal. I got Kara Esports. Let them in my chat. Let's see if we can figure out where Kara Esports is. I'm not sure where they are at the moment. Oh, that's Crowns. No, that's Crowns right up there. Aluva. So let me see. We will check in when I can figure out where they went. Okay, Lita, yes, stream is fine. Was lagging for a second, but that's all. Thank you, Kaylita. Thank you. Big fan to K in my chat, guys. Alright, so I think it might be my ping because I just went up to 60. You can see it down in the lower right hand corner. My ping is bouncing, guys. Alright, let's see. Kara Esports right up on this ridge line. Let me go check in on Kara, find out what is happening. It looks like we're getting ready to rotate. We are right over here on this northwest side, but we're going to be pulling right up and in onto to be announced. And while we do that, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on my map again so that we can get the map screen up there. Give you guys an idea of where your teams may be at the moment, because we are still moving up and in. 7DS Gil in a fight with almost there. So now Kara coming right along this ridge line, right on the edge of zone. All these teams coming up and around on these angles, on these sides. Let me see if I can find Gil for my YouTube chat. He is coming right up and in. The first one to get a shout out in my YouTube chat from the viewers. So now let's see what's going on over here with almost there. Wolf, he is a solo. What are you doing to those cars? I just don't even want to know. This is probably why we are 18 and over, guys. Let's get on over now to the Region 8. Region 8 coming right up and into the center of all this chaos. Right in the cluster. We have all these teams right on top of each other, and they are still trying to push up and in through these hills. So we got Region 8 right yeah, back to those cars. Gil, they know that you are right on in there. No, they do not. Gil, he's gonna move right in front of you, and they do find Gil's find Shaggy. Hello everyone, and welcome back. We are headed into Rondo, match number 3 of tonight's North America's Best Stars. This is week number 7, Winter Finals. As soon as we get our scores, Lexi on top of it, trying to get these scores figured out. I understand we are all in blizzards. We're all having technical issues. But we got to shout out Lexi doing her best to get us our scores on time. If we start without the scores, guys, I will pop them up there to show you guys what's going on. But we are getting ready to start our Rondo match. Let me see what they said. Yes, we are really close to it. Alright, so let's check in on who is missing. Here comes the judge. I still don't know where that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. Exceed is missing a player. Let's see what's going on with the rest of these teams. Ooh, Team 19, Scenario NA. They need a couple players to come on in. Alright, let's see. Slot number 1 and 2 are empty, so they might be starting soon, guys. Let's hope that some of these teams can slide on in. There we go. South. So Exceed should be a full 4-man team now, so it's just down to Scenario missing 1 player. So we are almost absolutely packed. Look at that. Beautiful. Mwah, delicious. Still don't have the scores, guys, but I will get them to you as soon as they do pop up. Like I said, we're all experiencing some technical issues, but we are used to that. Oh, Exceed. Exceed. Look at this. We got some extra players coming on in for Exceed. I'm not sure where he went. Maybe he went on down to the empty spot. Nope. Nope, and nope. So let's see. Still no scores, so lovely boy. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Did you come on down in here? He did. Look at that. So I'm not sure if he's supposed to be there or not, but we do have a packed house headed into Rondo. So we should be starting this. Oh, here's Lexi. Hello, Lexi. Were you able to get the scores to work? All right, here we go. Here we go. This time we are jumping with Team Control JPK, the top of the hill, the king of the mountain. 5 eliminations, 756 damage. So let's get Team Control up on the screen and give JPK some screen time loving. Alright, come on, let's load on in. Neither device is loaded in yet, so jeez, that took long enough. Might be in here by the time we head back to Rondo. There's JPK on this one. And let me find JPK on this one. Did I go too far? Nope. There we go. Here is your last match top fragger, JPK. Alright, I still haven't quite figured out the best way to do the chaos of Rondo, guys. But we are gonna continue trying. So we got a solo fight path this time. We're coming up from Rinjing all the way up to that northwest edge, to the northwest of the stadium. So the temple's right down below. We all know that the temples are absolute chaos in NA. NA especially loves these temples. The other servers that I've been watching, they seem to all like the NABS factory and the stadium, but the temples here in NA are where everybody likes to fight. That and Mayron. Mayron is quite the chaos as well. Let me check in on what's happening down here. We got Nexus. Get off. Thank you. Go away. Alright, so JPK headed on out now, and let's see our temples. Yeah, no, these are the tankers, so let's see what's going on over here with the rest of all this. And I think, let's see, JPK is jumping by himself over here, guys, so he's going to be doing just fine. So we're going to head on over to Yulin. Let's head on down into the temples. As I said, the temples are always absolute chaos over here. We got Nova. Look at it. Look at the gumballs. We got gumballs everywhere. We got every color for every taste bud. Right on over here. We got the Lamb side. So now look at all the teams over here. We've got Vespera, Dark Esports, the finest, 4 angry men, signed to God. Let me get Corey, the billionaires team over here, also at the temples. So now let's see what else is happening up on the other side. What is going on? Neox Factory completely empty. Everybody headed on over just to that temples area. We do have to be announced also in a fight, so let's see what's going on this side as well. So you can see that to be announced is in a fight with the Silent Esports. So now we are done. Wiggs is still coming up and around trying to get into the fight over here with Vespera. Wiggs is able to get that knock, but now there they go. So now we just have the solo for the Apex Esports. So now let's go on back to Yulin and find out what else is happening with the 4 angry men. Alright, so it looks like to be announced. Still trying to come up and over onto the silence. Let me see what else is going on this map at the moment. I think we can go ahead. Oh, we got some chaos going on over here with the Ice Elves. Mikey getting pulled up on over here by Team 9. Dark Esports trying to come up and in to the recoil on the side. So let me just go ahead and do it this way. Let's get the map screen up there, give you guys an idea of where your teams might be, because I cannot figure out how to find. Ooh, we got Dead Eyes, over here. Who are you playing with? I did not find him, so let's head on over here. Trick, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. JPK, we're still over here. JPK, not worried, not breaking a sweat. Let's see what Lexus is doing in the Lexus. Driving up and around over here. So now we're taking the top side of this. Let me check in on the pew pew right across the way from the 4 angry men. Let's get back into this match and check in on Deadly. Deadly is right down below. Deadly trying to come up and in there, all trying to push on over towards this recall at the temples, and we do have looks like Nexus Alliance right across the way, right when I got off of Pew Pew. I'm sorry, Pew Pew. Pew Pew Pew. So now let's check in on what Vesbira is doing over onto this side. We still have all these teams over here at the temples. So on top of the hill, look at this. We've got Lexus coming up and around. Scarlet coming up and around the other direction. Trying to put the pinch play over here on Gamma. Gamma, where did you get the tail? Since when did Gamma have a tail? Gamma, your team, the 4 angry men, have 8 eliminations, and they are still coming down from the temple, still trying to get in there. I can see Deadly already up front, so let's check in on what Deadly is doing. Deadly is watching the Nexus Alliance. So let me go ahead and put this map screen back up here. Let's get an idea where the rest of these teams are now headed up and over. I do see Corey's team all the way up here. It looks like they might be getting into a fight with Team 12, signed to God. Bolts, right on over here. Bolts, do you know that you got a team all the way around you? Yes, he does. He's got that molly out, getting ready to throw it right up and over as the rest of the Apex Esports NA are coming on in. There you guys go. I know you guys want to check in on where your teams are. If you got a team in here, let me know, and I will try to find them on Miramar. I cannot find teams on Rondo for anything. Trick, what are you doing? Trick is back up on top of the hill of the temples, and we still have most of this chaos over here in the temples. Look at this, the rest of the teams. We finally have a team over here in the Neox factory. The Mad Esports taking that over. We still have a couple of teams up here in the blue zone. We got Signed to God. We got the Apex up over here. We also have Vesperic, or Vitality Pro. I think this is Vitality Pro. Trick did not like getting pulled up on by Team 6. Team 6 coming on in. That is the Ice Elves, and the Ice Elves decided that was a little too hot there. Too hot. The rest of these teams look like they're pretty separated out. Let's head on down over here and find out what's going on with Team 14, the Vitality Pros. The Vitality Pros do have the finest bad fella ding ka-ding can find you. Oh, Jerry, what's going on over on your side of the street? And let's get back over into that fight. As Kading is up to 2 eliminations. Ooh, they finding him. They're trying to get these shots right on top of him. And the bad fella find him. And look at this. Mercury coming up and around. May be able to get some of those shots right on down on top of the finest now. He knows that bad fella's been knocked, and it is just Mercury versus Jerry. Here he comes. comes Jerry's on the backside of that wall. Does Kading know that Jerry is, or is he pointing him out, letting him know that Jerry's right there? Woo, that shot! Oh, but Jerry with the nade, the double knock, and an elimination by Jerry. What a nade, what a nade. And now we have even more teams coming up and over to the temple. So you just saw on that here comes another team up and around this backside. We got Scenaria, NA coming up. We got Team Control up on top of the hill, not too far away. Nexus Alliance. Now, Nexus Alliance, he has been here that whole time. Let me check in on what he is doing. Is he still coming? Oh, Ark is just trying to figure out where everyone is over here in the play zone. The play zone's starting to take people out. Vespera in a fight with the 4 angry men. That is right on over here at the temples, right where we are. Deadly coming up. Is able to get Gamma back, get his tail back into the action, guys. And we got nades going off, and I missed where that nade was, but they are still trying to push up the hill into Team 7, Vespera. Oh, Malik, it is a bit hot over there. You were caught in the barbecue. The barbecue. Alright, so let's go. Let's see what else is happening. It looks like we got some chaos going on down here for Team 14. The Vitality Pros with Nexus Alliance. Nexus Alliance coming up right over here by Balenci. Balenci watching the rotation around these tankers. These tankers have a lot of really nice loot. I do like the tankers around us, but they are hard to defend. There's a lot of rounded corners and edges. Let me put that map back up there to let you guys check in to see if your team's still in there. I think we've only lost 1 team. We are down to 17 teams, but we have 59 players. For Para is in a fight. Let's head on over to Parasite. See what's going on with the Looks like we got Region 8 going up and around. 6-4 with the DSR trying to get those shots down onto Scenaria. Scenaria NA. Look at this with the DSR. Ooh, pop that head up. Pop that head up, Sparta. Ooh, get Sparta down to 1 HP. Sparta, you cannot have a helmet left. Oh, he swapped that helmet out pretty fast. That was not a good peek, Sparta. Not a good peek. He was keeping an eye on you. Let's head back on over and check in on what is Rexy doing as we got Team 6 now pushing right up and in. The Ice Elves coming right up and along. And ooh, down. So I will check on Apex in just a second. 6-4. You got up. You gotta get him back up. You gotta get him back up 6-4 because we still have another Ice Elf over here, and we've got other teams coming right up behind you. You do have not too far. Oh, he's gonna be able to get this res off. Mikey from the Ice Elves coming up and around 6-4. Oh, there they go. Parasite. Let me check in on what's going on over here. They're up to 2 eliminations. Corey the Billionaire, they are coming right up and in. All 4 of them are coming into the zone. So now let's see what else is happening. I see Nexus. Oh, Ark up to 2 eliminations. Jemin. Let's see what's going on with Jemin. Let's go. Trying to stay out of Region 8. All of Region 8 are coming right up on this backside. There's the nades are coming up and over trying to get a look at this. You can see the arcs from Region 8. They're right up and through and oh, Ark is down to 1 HP. He's not going to be able to get Ark picked back up, but Gemmin has his nades right up and over, trying to stop the push from Region 8, coming right up and in. So now Exceed in a fight, and now let's see, with your team. See, Exceed's in a fight with your team. I'll switch it over in just a second, but I want to see if Jammin can hold up the push by Region 8, and Region 8 finishing that off. Corey, the billionaire, here is your team. They are down to just a duo as they pushed up onto the hilltop. They do have the silence around them. They still have Exceed over here. Exceed was who they were in the fight with. But Exceed also has the silence right on top of them. You can see that your team is uphill from all of this, as we do have the silence coming up and through. Well, or parking along the edge of the road. One or the other. Alright, so now let's see what's going on with Pepe Sour. Because he does have, look at this, to be announced. To be announced is also coming up into the zone. So here they come, guys. They are now in zone, and our zone does pop again. And we are going to the temples. We are headed back over to the temples. The silence are coming on in. Let me get your team back up there. Corey, the billionaire. We got Ace up to 2 eliminations, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and rotate on in, because they do need to rotate to get over to the temples. Let me scroll that in, and you can see that any of these teams doing the edge sweep, they're going to run into all these teams. And right in front of them, look at that. I think Exceed coming up into Ace. There you go, Corey the billionaire. The rest to Ace. Oh, they came up on that backside. That was Exceed, and we are down to the top 12 teams. So now let's see what's going on over in zone. Let's check in on what's happening. We've only got 4 teams. 4 teams. We got Team Control also in the zone, but the rest of these teams are all right on top of each other on the edge. Mad Esports in this fight with Team 19 Scenario Esports. Mad Esports should be able to get Noob picked back up, but they got to move. And over here, the silence. Let's see, Vegas trying to get those shots. Does find Exceed. So now I think Exceed has been taken on out, and they are still coming up and in really close to Mad Esports. You can see Mad Esports off in the distance, and right in front of them is Team 18. The 4 Ronins, hello, pew pew. You got Dead Eyes, you know, over here. I see you know, sir. You know, sir. Alright, so let's get up and over here. And, oh, now down to just a solo complex. 4 Vitality Pros down in these crates. Might not be able to get his teammate picked back up. It just all these 5.56 skeeters everywhere. Let's head on over to see what's going on. Blaze is up to 5 eliminations. It's to be announced, coming up along this edge line of the temple. So now let's go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit, and I'll put the map back up there so you guys can check in on your teams. We still have 10 teams in this, but most of the teams are in zone now, and they are down at the southern side, so I'll move it up just a little bit. But you can see that Blaze is checking in on the temples. They know that the temples are just absolutely crushed with people. You can see even Jerry is right there in front of them. So now we've got the silence. The silence are getting ready to crash on in over here on top of to be announced, but they still have a couple of teams coming in right behind them as well. We've got the Ice Elves coming on in. Let's see what's going on. Hello, Nightgroy! Nightgroy! Hola! Hola, Pepe Sour. He's so sour. I see you, Pepe Sour. Alright, let's go on down and check in on the Fragger. Fragger, what are you doing? You checking in on all those emergency cover flares from the 4 Ronins? I think they were spent just a little too early, but when you need them, you need them. And look at your map up above. You can see that they have decided to push in onto Vespera. Ooh, now here they come. Right up and in. This was Vitality Bros, guys. The Vitality Bros down to just a solo now, and he didn't have time to heal up. The silence coming right up and in, but Region 8 is taking the shots right across, and we also have the Ice Elves coming up onto the silence, and the silence did lose the Emperor. We lost Nightcroy. We might be able to get Nightcroy picked back up, but we do have the Ice Elves wrapping up and around. And I hear the emergency covers coming right on down, the Doritos from the sky. So now let me check in on what is going on over here. Claus in the pretty flower gilly. Look at it. He's got flower butt. Do you have the mortar, Claus? That's what I want to know. Fragger, are you the solo? No. If we still have the jackpot over here as well. 7777777 coming up and around on the other side of the silence. Gonna wrap right up and around. And let me check in on Pappy Sour, trying to get him picked back up. Vegas is back up. Nightcroy over here. Oh, Nightcroy getting found by Home Depot. Pappy Sour and Vegas, the last two still standing. Pappy Sour down to 5 HP. Vegas gonna try to throw some smokes to get him off in. Let's see what's going on over here. We do have full attention from Blaze onto the containers across the way. We still have the last match, Top Fragger, working his way in on this northwest side of the zone in the temples. Let's go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit more. You can see that the silence are down here. To be announced. Claus, what you doing, Flower Butt? Let's see. He's coming in from this north side. He is still trying to figure out where everyone is in here. I want to see if he's got the mortar this match. Oh, he is such a terror with the mortars. And so now here, oh, Region 8 just finding the silence again. And here comes some more of those emergency cover flares coming right on down. Our zone is getting ready to pop one more time, and barely any of the teams are in zone. Let me get that a little more centered for you. There you guys go. We're down to the top 6 teams. We still have 16 players in this. So now let's go ahead and get on back into that. And let me see if I can get a bird's eye view of what is happening to give you an idea. Let me get on over here so you can see the temples, guys. I want you to see the chaos that's going on over here at the temples. We got Region 8, the finest. We got to be announced taking over the southern side. We got Team Control up at the top, and we still have the silence trying to come in from the crates way at the back. But all this is going on as to be announced, pushing right up and in onto Team Control. Let's head on over to Team Control. Get JPK back on the screen for just a minute. Team Control down to just a duo now. Is now here comes to be announced, pushing right. Oh, the nade Claus Flower Butt getting that nade right up and over on top of him. Region 8 still trying to get those shots across the way onto the silence, trying to keep them from coming across that wide open space. We still have 5 teams in this. We still have Region 8 Gaming, the silence. We have to be announced, the finest, and signed to God. Signed to God. I don't even know where they are, guys. I don't even know. It looks like signed to God are the next chicken nuggets in the way. To be announced. To be announced, coming up and around. Oh, they're trying to get Blaze. Volt's trying to come right up and in, but here comes the judge. The judge and gavel, and he gets taken down. But Salty is able to get that pick back up, and now we're back on over to Region 8 Gaming. Right on down. Blaze up to 6 eliminations. Blaze was knocked. The judge was knocked, but we should be able to get them picked back up, and we are down to the top 3 teams. Blaze is the top fragger at the moment, but let's check over on to C, trying to see up onto to be announced, and you can see the silence. They are taking those shots across the way onto Region 8. We do have a full triangle. We've got Region 8 Gaming at the north side. We got to be announced on the west side. And we've got the silence. We got the silence over here on this east side. What kind of outfit is that? He's got an air pump. Did you guys see that? He's got an air pump. Oh my gosh. Oh, not exactly what I expected to see. Claws coming right up and in. Oh! Claws finding 2 of them, and so now we are down to just a solo. Oh, Vegas is the last one still standing. He might be able to get Pappy Sour picked back up, but here comes the judge. Here comes the judge wrapping up and around again. Region 8 versus to be announced. And the duel from the silence in Vegas. Region 8 coming across that space. Not giving up on the silence whatsoever. And so now the pressure coming in from Home Depot. We've got Region 8 Gaming up to 14 eliminations. And to be announced at 12. It is a full 4v4. Here comes the Doritos from the sky. Claws throwing those emergency cover sticks on the southern side of zone. We have a full 4-man team on the north side versus the full 4-man team on the south side. We've got the temples for the north side. We got the emergency cover flares from the south. The south side also has an uphill. So Region 8 will have to come uphill if the zone moves away from them. So we're just seconds away to figuring out who is going to have the best place in zone. I'm going to try to give you guys a sky view of what is happening here, because Region 8, it looks like a football game has started, guys. Let me show you what is happening. We got Region 8 lined up and to be announced also lined up. Look at the lineups of these teams of 3v4. So now here they come. Claws going up and around, headed to the top of the hill. Region 8 getting ready to head up and over towards the top of the hill as well. So now let me go. Let's switch on over to Judge and Blaze. Let's see what Blaze is doing. From the top of this hill, you can see that Region 8 are in zone. So they are still in zone. We still have Region 8 downhill from to be announced. I think you guys can kind of see what's going on. Let me put the full screen up there, give you guys an idea of what is happening. Look at this. We've got all 4 of them from to be announced uphill and in zone. Only Blaze is not in zone. Blaze is right on down there behind the smoke. Here is the zone right here on top of these 6 players. So now let's get into the action. Let's see. Let's check in on what is happening with each and every one of these players. We see that we've got Home Depot is starting to make a move, so the nades are coming out. I think that nade was what Claus just threw. Home Depot getting ready to move up and in, trying to come up the hill. You can see from Home Depot's edge that he still has to go uphill, and you can see Claus might not like that car getting parked there. Alright, let's see what Claus is looking at from the top. Claus working his way through the emergency cover. And we still have, look at this, we still have this hill in zone. So it does look like Region 8 is going to have to come up and in. Let me go ahead and put this map screen up there. Give you guys a better idea of what's happening. They're still coming up and in. But let me try to find Trupak. You can see that they are still bringing in the emergency cover flares. Let me scroll on back just a little bit. You can see that Region 8 is starting to cluster up on this ridge line. They're trying to figure out the best way to get up and in onto 2B and Nows, because 2B and Nows are taking over this whole top of the hill, and Claus jumping, trying really hard to find out where they are. All the smokes, you can see the smoke plumes every direction. And now here comes Home Depot right in front of Claus. Home Depot coming up and around. Claus taking those shots over at Home Depot. Home Depot coming right up and into Claus. Claus does. Salty finds Home Depot, and they... and that's the end. 2B Annals coming in first with 15 total eliminations. 10 placement, 25 total points for 2B Annals. Coming in second, Region 8 Gaming with 14 eliminations. Geez. Coming in third, The Silence. The Silence had 8 eliminations. There you go. GG top 3. The Silence over in those crates. I was feeling for them. They should have just come right up into the temples like everyone else. Here are the rest of your scores. 4 through 6. 7 through 9. 10 through 12. 13 through 15. 16 through 18. Going all out. To be announced, Blaze. He ended that with 7 eliminations, 786 damage. We'll be jumping with Blaze when we come right back for match number 4 of the North America's Best Stars Winter Finals, Week 7. Be right back. What just happened? I have no idea what just happened. Let's go up and over onto this side, and we lose Zeus. And let's see what is happening right here. Is now everyone pushing up the sides of these cliffs, trying to come into to the top of the hill. So Team 13 right on the other side, the Silent Esports right on the back side of that house, trying to push on through, still trying to get those nades on in. Ampedor up to 4 eliminations, 9 eliminations total for the Silent Esports, and they are right here on the southeast side of the zone. But most of the zone, look at this, Silent, all is Silent right here on the eastern side. They're about the only team in here for the north to the south, going around the west. This is where all the teams are coming in. So now 311 trying to push right up and in, and here they are. They came right up and into the compound just to the north side of the Silent, but they do have the Chosen. The Chosen are also trying to come on in. 311 did not like that balcony when he saw 7DS coming, breaching up, and now look at this. The Chosen coming right up and in onto this backside, and we still have the Silent right next door. We are right on top of each other, guys, at the top of this hill right to the south side of Toramunda. Gil right there in the sideline of 3-1-1. So now, here we go. They're still trying to come on in. We still have teams right at the top. We are just about ready to pop our next zone. And the nade by Nycroy. Nycroy right on down below as the silence coming right up in region 8 down to just a solo 3-11 up to 6 eliminations. But the silence coming right up and in, and we got that donut zone going to the middle of absolute nowhereville, and these boys are still going uphill each and every zone, further and further up these hills. And now we still have Karalatam. Here we go, still trying to get up these hills. All of these teams still pushing up both ways to school, all uphill from here. So we got the 4 angry men over on the other side. We're down to the top 5 teams. Gamma coming. Ooh, Gamma finding one from Kara. Kara Esports let them right on down below us. 4 angry men still coming up. We still have straight out of Nepal at the top of the hill. Let me see if I can get you a sky view of what is happening at the top of all of this. Here you go. Straight out of Nepal, up at the top. We got the 4 angry men, Space Esports, and the Silence. These are the 4 remaining teams, and they are all still coming uphill. We got right at the top of the hill, we got a couple of smoke plumes with a car for a nose. I'm seeing faces, guys. I'm seeing faces. We got a team. We got the Silence in a fight over on the other side. Let's check in on the Silence, see what kind of fight is happening over here. Let's check in as they are coming right up in onto space. Oh, Ampedor popping his head out and around, gets found by 4 angry men, deadly. So now here they are, the 4 angry silent faceless, taking those shots straight across the other side. So now we still have a solo just trying to survive, trying to blend into the environment while letting the 4 angry men over here in a fight with the Silence. Still looking your mini-map, the middle of nowhere zone, and we are gonna be able to get Apparato. Big backup. We did lose a couple of players for have a duo, and we still have that solo over here from Space Esports, still trying to be the rock. Oh, but he is molten rock now. He is on fire. That was the quickest fire ever from 4 a.m. throwing those nades right up and over. Hello, able to get that elimination. Gamma up to 9 eliminations. So now we are down to a 2v3. We did lose Deadly and all of that pushing uphill. But Ampedor coming right up and over. Hollow on the backside. Hollow also trying to get those shots. And now it is just up to Ampedor. And there you have it. Coming in first, the 4 angry men. Gamma. 11 of these. Up to 20 eliminations, 10 placement, 30 bomb for Miramar. That is insane. The wolf coming right up and around, finding him. So now we got the fights going up, and you can see our very first zone, very central, not too far away from that flight path. So let's see what else is happening on this map. We can hear that wolf is getting pushed up on by Zero Latency. Zero Latency are coming up these steps, and here they come De President coming up. Has that nade primed and ready for straight on the ball, and it bounces off the banister. Oh, and the Molly's coming right on down from straight on the ball, keeping that push from coming right up and into him. So now look over here at the Temples. The Temples have most of the teams, so let's go ahead and head over towards the Temples. See what's going on. How many teams we got on down here? We got Upgrade NA over here. We got the 4 Angry Men over here. And we have Space Esports Chosen. Look at the Temples just completely surrounding the outside areas. Let's go on over towards that NABS factory. I only see one team over here at the moment. We do have Team 7. Team 7, the only team at the NABS factory. So there you have it. Most of these teams do need to rotate on in, but almost all these teams are over here in the Temples. So now let's get up and check this again. Looks like Havoc, whoa, pushing right up and in onto the 4 Angry Men up here at the top. Havoc. Hello everyone and welcome back. We have scores. This was going into that Rondo match. Dark Esports with that first winner chicken dinner on Erangel up to 38 total points. Team Control with that Miramar win 26. Ice Elves at 23. Region 8 Gaming to be announced tied at 16. These were your scores going into Rondo. These are your scores coming out of Rondo to be announced. Coming in first with 41 total points. Dark Esports and Team Control tied at 38 points. Region 8 Gaming just 2 points away. First to the 5th, only 10 points between them. Look how close these teams are. And we are headed into Erangel this time with to be announced Blaze 7 eliminations, 787 damage. So let's get Blaze up on the screen. To be announced Blaze right there on your screen. Let me get him on the other one. There we go. Only 572 seconds to go. I'll put this back up there until they lower that down just a little bit. There you go. No me. There are your scores coming into match number 4 of North America's Best Stars. This is week 7 winter finals. All right, 5 seconds away. Let's get that map screen up there so we can all see where our final Miramar match flight path is. We're coming in from the very northwest of La Cabarilla, coming over Crater Fields between Monte Nuevo and Power Grid, going just to the east of Chumacera, over the top of the Chumacera Abbey, and dumping off in Bartona. We are jumping with to be announced Blaze. There it is. Now let me check in on what's happening on this flight path. It looks like the Finest is jumping to La Cabarilla with the Ice Elves. We've got Sign to God headed over to the Ruins. We got the 4 Angry Men headed over to San Martin, along with Mad Esports, Scenaria, NA. They are all clustered right on over there. To be announced, they are the only team going to El Pozo. So now let's get on over here and check in on Mad Esports. The Finest is already in that fight way up here. Let's check in on what's happening all the way up to that north. We do have Leo down to about 10 HP, but Leo did get that elimination. So now let's see what's going on with the Ice Elves. Who did we lose? We lost the jackpot. 7777. Alright. Silence in a fight. Where is that going on? That is down in Picado. So we're going to have to check in on what's happening in Picado as well. And let's see what is happening. When it looks like we lost Nova NA over here. Out to Emperador. Emperador able to get that elimination in Picado. So I got Emperador on the one side. We got the Fragger on the other side. Fragger trying to get those shots right on through as they come up and around. Fragger trying to get on out of there. And now the Ice Elves are down to Mikey. Oh, Mikey's going to have to get on out of there. So now, let's go. Let's see what else is happening. We did have another fight that was over here in San Martin. San Martin. This is Sparta. Sparta over here in San Martin with Mad Esports. So now let's see what's going on with Mad Esports. Mad Esports, all four of them still standing. Let's go crazy. Crazy's starting to pull right up and in onto Scenaria NAs. Watching them come up and around. Trying to spray him on out, and two of them are now knocked from a Scenario. And we've got the four angry men also coming up behind Lovely Boy. That Lovely Boy is about half health, but Sparta is still coming up and behind his backside. So now Emperador still coming up and in. And what is going on with the rest of it? It does not look like we got anybody else over here. So let me see what else is happening. I think the rest of the teams are pretty separated out. So we'll go ahead and go back to the map screen for a second. Oh, and gets found by the four angry men coming in from that South Tower Hill. So now the four angry men are coming right up and in onto Mad Esports. Let's check in on Mad Esports, find out what's happening. Blake up to 3 eliminations, taking those shots up the hill, trying to get them on to the four angry men. And I'll keep an eye on your screen. There isn't anybody over on that eastern edge. Let me put this map screen back up, give you guys an idea where your teams are. We are down to the top 15 teams. We do have 2 teams down. Oh, Corey the Billionaire, your team is in a fight down in Villa del Mar. So I'll go ahead and head on down to Villa del Mar, give you an idea what's happening with your teams right on down here. So let's check in on what is happening with the Apex Esports Pro there over here with Vespera. Then we got Wigs with the DSR. Oh, that was taken down and out. Wigs up to 2 eliminations, and I think I only see one left. Yes, I only see the one layer. There you go, Corey the Billionaire. Your team is up to 4 eliminations, but we did lose one, and I think that says CR. I have no idea. I can't read upside down. I can't read right side up, guys. You already know this about me. Ooh, Nexus NA. Nexus NA came up into Silence. So now the Silence Emperador was knocked, but Nightcroy up to 2 eliminations. All 4 of them from the Silence coming out of Picado. We still have the fight over here in San Martin. It's the only fight I see at the moment, so I'll go ahead and put this fight back up, as we do have Team 11 pushing right up and in the 4 angry men. Balik, let's not forget Balik over here. Ooh, and Nay coming right up and through between the center of the 4 angry men there over here at the bricks on this western edge of San Martin. We do have, let's see, I think that was Noob up top. No, we've got Crazy. And Kiki. Let's go. They are getting covered, though. They do have quite a bit of coverage from across the way. And we also have Noob on the outside. So, let's go ahead. Our zone, and we still have a minute 43 of the first zone. But the four angry men are trying to come up and in. Let me check in on Gamma knows it. Balik's on the outside. He also has Noob across the way. Noob watching it all as they are coming in. Dexter really trying to get up those stairs. This is Dexter's laboratory. Alright, Dexter getting ready to throw those nades right up and in onto, looks like QQ on that backside maybe, but they still up on the roof. Ooh, no they aren't. They Noob from that cover angle from across the way. Noob is still getting those shots across. So now let's see what's going on with the rest of them from Mad Esports. Balik on fire with 3 eliminations and Molly's to boot. So now able to get that heal off just in time. And we still have the 4 angry men upstairs now. They have changed position. The 4 angry men on top of Mad Esports. Mad Esports coming down to the basement. We still have Noob across the way. Still covering from this off angle. Dexter looks like he might be coming up on that roof. And he's trying to figure out where Noob is. Noob's still taking those shots. Noob, you are in a good position. Don't get knocked. Alright, Sang does get an elimination onto one of them, though. So I don't think it was any of them from Madden Esports, since all 4 of them are still in this. So apparently not. Alright, let me go ahead. Ooh, our zone pops and it goes all the way to the north. So we're going up towards that water treatment San Martin area. Most of these teams need to come on in. You can see that Mad and the fight between Mad and the 4 angry men are in the zone, but we also have another team wrapping around on that backside. So now let's see, where is Blake? Look at this angle. Ooh, Sang has been knocked in here, but the push right up and through. And they backed away. I'm not sure what's going on up here. It looks like Deadly holding down the top of these stairs as they're trying to get on up the stairs. And Dexter is back up onto his feet. So we are down to a 4v3. We still have the cross coverage from Noob from the Bills. And like I said, we did completely switch positions. All Mad Esports up top, now down below, and they are still working on which way they want to work it out next. All right. While you watch that, I'm going to go ahead and fix my map. Like, oh, Gamma got knocked right at the top of that, but so did Balik. Balik got knocked on that. Oh, and we lost Balik, but Crazy's still trying to come up these stairs as well. So now we still have this chaos going on. We still have Noob across the way. Let me put this map up here so you guys can see what's happening. We don't have anybody up the top. And now we are just down to Noob. Noob is the last one still standing across the way. And oh, there goes Noob. The 4 angry men will be able to get Deadly picked back up, but we did lose Sang. So now we do have Region 8 in a fight. Let's go on over here and find out what's going on with Region 8. I think we did get C picked back up, but we are in a fight with Sign to God. Sign to God right on down below. Cloudy trying to pull up and around, and there goes Sign to God. All 4 of them from Region 8 Gaming still in this, and up to 4 eliminations. Home Depot got knocked by the blue zone, but that was because he was so low. Alright, so our zone's getting ready to pop again. Let's scroll on in a little bit. And we are centering around San Martin still. So these teams are coming on in. Ice Elves just getting missed by 2B announcers. They came right up and in. We've got Region 8 coming on in. We still have the Apex Esports Pros coming in, and Dark Esports wrapping around this western edge of Los Leon. They may end up right on the southern side with Parasite and Team Control. So now let me check in on Claus coming right on through San Martin. He's missing all the fight that was taken over. Oh, and look at that. We got Team Control. One more time, uphill from all of this. Claus, watch your head because you got Team Control up on Radio Tower Hill. And Claus is well aware of that because he can hear those shots now. Claus with the mini 4 or 8 times. We got Trick on that one edge. Let's see what Trick can see from the top of the world. So he's got to be announced right down below him, and the 4 angry men. Who's on the other side? Let me check in on JPK. He's just coming on up, and Lexus and Scarlet over here. They're just checking for loot, guys. Just checking for loot. Alright, we got Parasite coming in, but I think Region 8 may be coming up right behind Team Control. So we're going to stay here for just a second. Home Depot, what did you do? Let's go on over to see what's going on because they were right here on Team Control. I don't know if Home Depot hopped out to get those. So, Corona. Oh, that's his name. That's what it says upside down. Thank you, Corey the Billionaire. Corona. So that's what that says. Let me see that again. Let me see that. That's an O. Looks like a pumpkin. Alright, so now it looks like we're going to have Dark Esports over here by Parasite. We got, let me get this a little closer to us. We also have Ace from your team, Corey the Billionaire. Ace is still trying to get right up in here, and Ace is going to run into trouble because he's got Dark Esports right in front of him. And you can see that the zone is already starting to hurt. If he stops right, well, maybe not right there, but he's going to end up right on top of Dark Esports. They're all just nestled right in there. We are getting ready to pop our zone again. And the rest of your team is still coming up and in, and they're right over here below Region 8 Gaming. And Region 8 Gaming just found King down below. So we still have Parasite as well. Parasite not too far away. So Corey the Billionaire, you get your team's coming in on a rough spot because you can see in front we do have Team Control. We got Region 8 Gaming. We've got Dark Esports and your team coming up right behind that. Besides that, we also have Parasite across the way. So Parasite, let me check in on 6-4 trying to get those angles on Region 8 Gaming. As Region 8 Gaming are coming right on down, and they came right into Dark Esports, and I think Dark Esports, another one was taken on out. Oh no, Wiggs is getting taken out by the play zone. JPK does find one from Region 8 Gaming. JPK coming in from this backside. Lexus has been knocked, but you can see all the clusters are right up and in here. So Region 8 driving right on past the, Depot gets taken right on out of that. Now, let's go back and see what else is happening. The 4 angry men. This is all happening right on down in San Martin. Dark Esports trying to come up and around over here at the Hacienda del Patron. But we do have the Vitality Pros over there in the Hacienda. So now let's go back over to Cloudy. Cloudy is coming right up in onto your team, Corey the Billionaire. And I think he just found Ace. pop that nade right up and over that ridge line. So let me see what else is happening. We are crushing into San Martin. We do have Vitality Pros right over here. Let me check in on Mercury. Mercury right across on top of Dark Esports. Looks like Mercury can drive right on through where Dark Esports were, but they're going to come up over towards where Team Control are. So let me get on over. Whoop, that's not where I wanted to go. So let's see what's happening with Team Control right up on top of the world. They are on top of San Martin. Trying to get those shots right across onto Cloudy. As Cloudy and Region 8 Gaming come right up and over into the San Martin Yellows. I'm going to go ahead and scroll on in so we can see the map better. Looks like we're going to be headed into San Martin for the ending of this match. So look at this. There is your zone, guys, and we only have 20 seconds left until our next zone pops. And we've got teams all nestled in to all these different compounds. Let me check in over onto Dark Esports. We do have a solo coming all the way up and around. We've got Vitality Pro right on the outside. The goat just listening to the cars coming right up and through. Look at this. But Parasite is uphill from all this wagon here. They come. They are coming towards you, wagon. So now let's see, what is para pa 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 pa. I feel like I should sing that. Alright, so yeah, we're headed over to that western edge of San Martin. We still have these teams that need to come on in, but most of them have already found their way. Let me check in on Complex in the Golden Marano. So I don't think he likes that way coming on in. Doesn't like that tree for sure. Alright, let's go. Let's see what's going to happen. I think they're going to wrap up and around and end up right over here with Wagon. Here they come again. Wagon moved across the street, and now here comes Vitality Pro right on through. Wagon trying to get those shots straight across his Vitality Pro right. Ooh, look at that. Right across the way, and now we are getting the shots from different directions because I also saw Blaze get a knock, and we still have Team Control up on top of the hill. So Team Control still checking down on top, but look at what JPK can see from Radio Tower Hill. It is all just chaos in San Martin. Let me show you the way. Look at this chaos as Vitality Pro did try to come in right below Team Control up here on Radio Tower Hill. And now look at all the teams that have found places in San Martin. From Region 8 at the west, the 4 Angry Men to be announced. We got the Silence and Parasite all in that one spot. We have Team 10 at the north side, the Finest. And then right here below us, we've got 3 teams on top of each other. We've got Dark Esports, Team Control, and there goes. I think that is it for the Vitality Pros. Let's get back into the action, guys, because we still have all these teams. We still have 8 teams, 24 players in Zone 5. So now, let's see. Show Ice. Alright, SS, baby. Let me see if I can find a Ice. I don't think I can get to Ice this match. Alright, so let's go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit and check in on the Finest. The Finest are doing pretty good over here at the print shop. They're doing just fine. They're even able to get their buggy gassed back up. And we still have Team Control up on top of this hill. We still have Dark Esport. Oh, and we shifted away from the hill. So Team Control do need to come on down and in, but we've got the 4 angry men right there. Amphathor right over here next to Parasite. Parasite needs to move. Wagon, you need to move on in. Where is Wagon gonna take his team? So now, look at this, Wagon. I don't think any of Parasite really likes any of the positions that they've got. What are you doing, Bear? Oh, Dark Esport's going to have some rough time, too, because I'm most likely going to have to pull across that street. Sixfo! Hello, Sixfo. I see you. So we do have all of them from the silence, keeping an eye right on over here. Look at Vegas. He is just right here, keeping his eye across the street, trying to get those shots. But Parasite gets Vegas down to about 5 HP. Amphathor's right in front of him. Knows that they're across right behind him. Ooh, I see him getting into their vehicles, coming up and around. Parasite is able to move out and around. They are wrapping around this far eastern edge. They're going to end up right over here with the finest back here in the print shop. Let's go to the finest. Leo, did you move up and in? Leo did move out of all of that. They are in the middle of all of this. Look at your mini map up above. He has all of 2B announced right at the top of them. We still have Region 8 to that western edge. Region 8 right over there with, let's go on over Region 8 down to just a solo. He's got the 4 angry men, and you can hear Team 13, Team Control, coming up right below him. Look at this, all of them. Here comes Scarlet right up these steps. C getting ready to use that pump shotty in the AUG as they come up. And Parasite, ooh, they know you are here. Here comes all those nades right up into your staircase. So now, let me see if I can get you a good idea of what else is happening on this map. And he's got 2 of them knocked, but he's down to 1 HP. And so now, Team Control still coming up and in. C down to about 5 HP. Changing the direction, getting on out of their limit. Checking on Team Control. I don't see Team Control in this anymore. Did he get all of them? He's up to 4 eliminations. I totally missed it. Was that all 4 of them? So, if you got a squad wipe and I missed it because I was looking at too many things, I am so sorry. But let's go. Let's see what's going on right in the center zone area. Pepe Sour has right across the way Parasite. Team 10, the finest, still right in there. And our zone is still shifting away from Parasite. And the silence now, Dark Esports, they all have to move right up and in. It looks like Bappy Sour getting ready to take those shots over onto Parasite. And so now, let me see if I can get on over here just a little closer on my screen. And let me get this up here to give you guys an idea how stacked and packed San Martin is. Look at all the players in San Martin. Is Bappy Sour trying to get those shots straight across. You see that they're all coming in on top of each other, and Region 8 needs to come on in as well. Let me see if I can do this on the map screen, give you guys an idea. Look at this. We got Region 8 all the way to that west. We got the 4 angry men that I think they need to come across. No, they don't. They're still good, guys. But Dark Esports made it across the street. We got the silence. And then we have a line of players from Parasite. The finest to be announced. They're all right there on top of each other. So I'll keep that there for just a second. We've got the Dark Esports GOAT across the way. Let's go. Let's see who's the top fragger. And C is going to have to come in and across. And it looks like he moved. He was able to come across the way his end zone. So now let's check in on to be announced. The judge making judgments from the top of Bills. Ooh, he gets Amphator down to about 5 HP. And here comes a follow-up nade right up and over towards the silence. They are all right in there. Let's check in on Claus. Claus is watching the backside as Region 8 and the 4 angry men are right behind him as well. So look at the nades all coming in, and I think judges just watched that nade coming from Dark Esports over onto the silence, and now our zone pops again. Look at this. To be announced is in zone. The finest are in zone. The 4 angry men. Region 8 Gaming made it all the way across. The judges now from the top of Bills taking those shots down onto the silence. The silence are trying to make their way across. Judges does get an elimination onto one of them from the silence. I think it was Vegas. And Blaze finding Dark Esports to go Amphator. Amphator gets found by judges and they are still pushing up and in. We got the finest. Look at this. They're working their way across. We got Paradise. They are all just right on down below. Rexy is the last one. Oh, Bappy Sour is the last one still standing for the silence. And we got the judges trying to throw the nades right on down on top of the silence, and he's not getting them. Let's check in on Rexy's. Rexy's trying to get up and around the back of these buildings away from to be announced. Look at that, to be announced still right there in that center. We still have Region 8 and all of this as well. The 4 angry men judges finding him right when I said that. Let me go ahead and put this map screen back up there. Look at this chaos, guys. We have them all right here, and I think we're might end up pushing across into the 4 angry men. We still have Region 8 Gaming right on down below. I think that's about the best I can do to get them all in on this map screen. Let's see. There you go. I think that gives you a good idea where your teams are. We're down to the top 4 teams. Region 8, ooh, C making it in with 1 HP across the way from the 4 angry men. We still have the finest pushing up and in behind the 4 angry men. They made it across the street with 2 HP to spare. Gonna go ahead and throw those smokes. Leo not making it. Oh, ooh, Blaze. Let's check in on our last match. Top Fragger, see what he is doing over here. He's watching as these teams are trying to get across the street. We're down to the top 3 teams. We still have Region 8 in this, and look at this. 3 corners of the T intersection. We got Region 8 with to be announced. Well, we had Region 8 with to be announced. It is to be announced versus the 4 angry men. They are all right on down below. And now here comes the push coming out. Oh, Blaze gets found jumping out that window and goes out to the Blaze zone. Salty right across the street. And so now they are trying to get across the street, guys. They do have to push over towards the 4 angry men. The judges coming in and across. Smoke trying to... Ooh! He gets Deadly down to 1 HP. Deadly was right there in front of judges, and he does go down. So now it is down to just Dexter and Gamma. Let's go. I couldn't keep up with that push by 4 angry men coming in first with 10 eliminations, 10 placement points. There is 20 points for the 4 angry men. Dexter with 6 of those points. To be announced with that hard push across that wide open streak, coming in second with 9 eliminations. And Region 8 Gaming coming in third with 9 eliminations. C making it all the way into third. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores. 4 through 6. 7 through 9. 10 through 12. 13 through 15. And 16. Going out the 4 angry men. Dexter, 6 eliminations, 1,059 damage. And with that, we will be jumping with Dexter and the 4 angry men when we come back for tonight's final match of the North America's Best Stars Week number 7 Winter Finals. Be right back. Does hear all the chaos. We have Baby staying on this backside, 4 angry men up at the top, and there goes 0 latency. So now let's go back on over here and find out what else is happening. Even down in Hunkshin, we've got some more teams going on. Baby Tang gets wrapped around, and now we're down to just Maverick. Frosty's going to have to get his teammates picked back up, but Frosty has the 4 angry men over here as well. So now here comes Dexter from the top. Is this going to be the end of the 4 angry men, or upgrade NA? So we got them, both of these. Frosty throwing that nade up and over. Does he get that nade over onto the 4 angry men? Dexter also trying to get his teammates back up, but 4 angry men do have 3 teams still up, as they are now trying to find Frosty right across the way. So now let's go. Frosty, I think, may be able to get on out of there. Hopefully, let's keep our teams in here, guys. Let's keep them on in here. Let's get on over here and find out what's going on over at the temples. We still have Chosen coming up. Chosen player 3 up to 3, or player 2 up to 3 eliminations. Woo! Rondo has a way of wrapping everybody up and around. I cannot keep a track of where they end up. They're over here to begin with, and then suddenly they are no longer there. So we got almost there. Just a duo now trying to come right up and into all this chaos. Wiz hearing all of this and turning right back around because all 4 of his teammates are back up. And he does have Wolf right across from Team 19. Kara Esports, let him. We got the owner in here and everything, but let's get on over to Gero just trying to hold off the push by almost there. The nade's coming off, and all 4 of them from almost there coming right up and behind him. So now let's see what else is happening. We are going up towards this center zone. We do have another active fight right on over here. The United winner able to get over to that recall. He is the last one still standing. We do have one that's been knocked, but we are now right over here with Skill of Mine. Skill of Mine also trying to get over to the recall. Zeus getting those shots. And let's see, can Zeus get that shot over on the walk? Oh, there goes walking. So now we do have them up on top of the rooftop as well, trying to get these shots right on down on top. So Skill of Mine, we are trying to get back over to the recall to get their teammates picked back up as well. But Hugoson right on top with this bird's eye view straight on down, trying to get those shots. And he does find a shot onto Skill of Mine. Zeus right there in that background. Zeus just able to get on out of there right. Oh, we're running out of everything. That nade going right up and over. Does he get him with that nade? It was Hail Mary. So now, let's see, what else can we go and do on this? It looks like this is the active fight at the moment, so we'll stay here. We do have a couple still over there in the temple zone. Our zone is getting ready to close on up, and we go down to the southeastern side of this zone. We do have the United right on over here with Skill of Mine. We were just watching that a second ago, and look at this right up in Mayron. We got the other ones from United going down to, let's see, is that team? Yes, that is Socrates Esports right on over there. So we still have teams coming in from the blue. So they need to come on in because we are headed into stage 3. And once we get into stage 3, things do start to hurt quite a bit. Let's get back on over here. It looks like the Chosen coming out of those temples. So let's see. They are up to 6 eliminations, and the temples are now all Chosen property. But they do have to move on into zone now. Let's check in on the last match. Top fragger. Here is Gamma coming right up and into. Got 7DS. Let me check in on Gil across the way. See how Gil is handling things. Gil in the bathroom. Sorry, Gil. We didn't mean it. We'll get off of Gil. We Gamma now right in the middle of all of them from 7DS, and look at that, Silencer now wrapping up and around, and they may find him claws in a fight with a Luva. So now we are still trying to push right up and in, and Gamma going right in front of that window getting found. So now 4 angry men. And now Gamma is down, and I don't think they're going to be able to get him picked back up. And now Dexter down, so now 4 angry men down to just a 2 angry men. But they are coming on in. Alright, let's see what's happening right on over here with the Extreme Slayers and Region 8 Gaming. So they are straight across from each other. It does look like Region 8 on the south side of the street and Extreme Slayers on the north side. We got Rash just right up here trying to get those shots. He does get quite a bit of damage, but not enough to knock. Let me check in on Winter. Winter also called out for in my YouTube chat, so let's check in on him. Oh, I don't think I'd get up there. I don't think I would, honestly. So Socrates in a fight with Mad Esports. Let me see if I can figure out where this fight is going off. Our zone only has 19 seconds before we zoom in again. Let's get on over here, see what's happening. We are pushing into zone over in that Socrates, Space Esports, Mad Esports, straight out of Nepal. They are all coming right up and in. You can see Wolf right on this backside and Socrates way up on that north side now. Socrates was headed straight at another team, and our zone does close. And now we're headed over to the western side of the zone. Here's got a lot of players still out in the blue. So now let's go. It does look like the Extreme Slayers and Region 8 are going to go ahead and rotate because this zone does not play. You have got to get into zone and then take your fights. Let's get on over here to be announced. I keep seeing Region 8, and it is Salty from Region 8. Trying to get those shots over onto Space Esports. Space Esports, ooh, they're driving out towards that blue zone. They're like, here we go, I'm so blue. Alright, so now let's go on over here and find out what Zero Latency is doing. Zero Latency. I don't blame you. Close that door. That is... I do not want them coming in my door either. This is Region 8 right here on top of Zero Latency. Luca trying to come out and around in the jump shot by 311. 311 taking no prisoners. Coming right up and in. Let's see if we can get him off and almost there. Right on top of that hill. Region 8 still trying to get those shots right on in onto. Let's see, we got now down to, that was 0 latency. Almost there. Gonna go ahead and shift on into zone. We do have a lot of teams still coming in. We have Finial, Space Esports. We've got the Academy coming in straight out of Nepal with Mad. They are still trying to gatekeep Mad Esports from coming out. And I did not click on who I thought I was going to click on, but we are right down here at the southern side with 4 a.m. And oh, there goes Panera. Aluva still trying to come up and in, and we're really hurting, but Mika trying to get on through and coming right into Silent Esports, but they're able to stop right there and maybe get that heal off as the Chosen are coming up right behind him with the Silent right down below him. Grab those bandies. Grab those bandies. Alright, let's go over here now to Socrates Esports, trying to gatekeep straight out of the ball. Getting the spray. Ooh, right down to 1 HP. And now he's going to try to get SSSS. And SSSS is taken out. But look at this. Now we got straight out of the ball coming up on the other side. Nen. Trying to get those shots. Hello everyone, and welcome back to tonight's final match of the NABS, North America's Best Stars. This is Winter Finals Week 7. Here are your scores going into tonight's final match. To be announced, 56 total points. Region 8 Gaming at 50. The 4 Angry Men at 45. There are your scores. We are really close to hard start. We are getting ready to enter Erangel for tonight's final match. Woo, what chaos. What chaos in that final few minutes of San Martin. All the pushes across the wide open. You never know which street is going to get chosen in these urban finishes. All right, let's see. We're on hard start, so we should be starting pretty soon, but we have not started yet, so I'll leave the scores up here while I finish one more drink of water. I'm going to go ahead and mute because I know you guys love the sound of my water bottle. Alright, looks like there's loading in really slow. Really slow. Let me show you the iPad. It looks like we're missing Team 8 and Team 19. We still need the finest to come on in, but that's it, guys. Most of these teams are in here and ready. It looks like we're missing one from the Ice Elves. I did have somebody shouting out the Ice Elves Trend Express, so we'll keep an eye on them as well. And it looks like, the fine is coming in as they're getting kicked out. Alright, let me put these scores back up here. There you go, guys. And any questions, any discrepancies, just open a ticket over in the Region 8 Discord. But here we go. Tonight's final match, we are jumping with 4 Angry Men. Dexter, 6 eliminations, 1,059 damage. So let's head on in, boys. Here we go. Hang on, because tonight's final match is probably going to be absolutely chaos. Let me get these. Come on, loading. Thank you. 4 Angry Men on the screen, and Dexter. And over here. Did I pass him? Nope. There he is. There he is. There is your final MVP going into match 5. Of course, we'll have one more MVP OP coming out of match 5, but there we go with this Rise Hawk cap on. You think they're going to Rise? And let's get this map screen up there so we can see where our flight path is going. We're coming up from that southern side of the Noble Crates, going across the top of the East Bridge compound, all the way up over the top of the OP dip to the western edge of Yasnayan, right out between Severny and Stauber. There is tonight's final flight path and the start of the flight. Let's see if anybody's hopping on off. Looks like Sign to God, Dark Esports, the Ice Elves, they are all coming off that first flight, first edge, and we've got the 4 Angry Men headed over to that southern side of the Milta Power Peninsula. So for my YouTube chat, here is the Ice Elves for you. If you are still out there, Trend Express, they are coming in as a trio, but they're headed down to military base with Signed to God. So let me go ahead and put that up there. There you go for my YouTube chat. Now, let me see what else is headed in, what else is going on the map. I think they're going over to the other side, so let me check in on Fragger over on this side, because he's pretty close right here with 777. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the map. 777, just getting out of that just in time. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of this map. The Finest did jump with the 4 Angry Men, but there's plenty of space. We do have some chaos going on over at the school. Let me find out what's happening. Oh, Mad Esports. Come on, go up. Up, stuck. Oh, I hate it when it gets stuck. Let's get on down here. Alright, so Mad Esports down to just a duo over here at the school, but we do have Nexus Alliance coming up and around. So look at this, Crazy, here they come. Oh, Crazy is the last one. So now it is just up to Noob. So let me put this on the side by side, and we do have the Ice Elf. What a nade by the jackpot over here in the C block. So now he's coming down and around. Gonna go ahead and get that elimination over onto Akash. So now let's see, we still have Sign to God, we still have a trio, no, we still have a duo for Sign to God, we have a trio for the Ice Elves. So Noob is getting pushed up on now by Team 17 and Noob. Oh, Noob came right up and in. So now let's see what else is going on the rest of the map. We do have Parasite. Let me check in over here on Papa, because he is right down below the 4 Ronins to be announced in a fight as well. Let's see what's going on over here. All four of them from Team Control getting taken out. No, just a duo from Salty. So I don't know where the rest of them from Control are. The rest of them from Control made it all the way over to Georgia Pole. So we still have that fight going on. But let's go back over here to the 4 Ronin and find out what's happening, because we got Parasite coming right up and in as well. Let me see what can be seen from a wagon's direction. We still have the Ice Elves over here. We did lose Mikey, but we are now pinched between Hate and Volts. Volts is coming in from that top side. So Wagon also has some issues going on over here, because he's got Team 17 in a fight and Team 18. Did 18 come right up and in on the Wagon as well? So now he's up. Oh, and Team 18, the 4 Ronins came in the cross. So we still have this fight over here between the 4 Ronins and the Nexus Alliance. And it looks like we've got Rooney. Are you right on over here? Rooney Una, sir. Ronan. Ronan Unisert. There you go. I can spit it out eventually, guys. Eventually, I just need some help. The jackpot's still coming right up and in over on the Volts. Volts is trying to get it right up and in. Look at this. Volts is in the staircase, and now Dark Esports has come up and into the military base. So now we have 3 teams over here. The Ice Elves still trying to get. It does look like they took out Sign to God, but we do have Dark Esports coming up and in as well. Curse IOS. Hello. So now let's see what else is happening, because we still have this duo over here, and this is on here for Trend Express. And let's see, Fragger, can you see? It looks like they're gonna go ahead and head on out of there. You're gonna get out of there before Dark Esports finds you, because you do have to get over to zone as well. Gotta get off this island as Dark Esports are coming up and in, trying to get those shots over onto you. The 4 Ronins are still over here with Nexus Alliance on your right-hand side. Nexus Alliance coming up onto that backside. Let's see what's going on with Nova. Nova coming up. Look at this. Abril on the top of that, trying to get those shots right on down. Abril getting ready to get pulled up on, and Dark Esports finishing off Ice Elves. Let's see what else is happening. I think that is it for the rest of the map. So we'll go ahead and get in onto this fight that's happening down here in Razak and get that map back up there. We still have some teams that are outside of the zone. We need to push right up and in. Luca coming in and across, trying to get those shots onto the Nexus Alliance. The Nexus Alliance right up on top of that. Let me get this map screen up there, give you guys an idea of what is happening. So I do see to be announced. They are starting to push in and across into the more central area of the map from that western edge. We do have Corey the Billionaire, your team's still coming on in. It looks like we got an anchor into zone already. Let's check in on Prona. Ooh, what happened up there? What did I miss? Oh, Region 8. Region 8 was coming in from that top edge. And we also have Team 14 across the way. So now Nexus Alliance is getting into the fight over here in Razak. They do have 2 teams coming in from both sides. In a minute, well, they're gonna have Region 8, but you can see the push from Vitality Pros also coming right up and in. And now it looks like Nexus Alliance trying to get that right up and onto Mercury. So Mercury is now knocked, but they're still taking those shots from the top of the hill. From the Vitality Pros. Look at that. Vitality Pro Complex trying to drive down and around. The Complex may be seen, depending on where he stops, by Region 8, because Region 8 is right on top of all of this. And I see that we also have to be announced. Oh, they are all, everyone coming right up and in onto Razak. Look at your map. We've got to be announced. We've got the Silence coming on in. Nexus Alliance taking over, but we got now the Silence up on top of the hill, and we got to be announced coming in from the other side. Pepe Sawa, I saw you get that knock from up above. And don't forget that we got to be announced coming in. We look at your map. They are all coming over here to Razak. Every team on this map coming in. We got Nexus Alliance pushing up on top of this hill, on top of the Silence, and you can see over at the school, the Silence are also with Vitality Pro over. Ooh, that nade by Nightcrawler right up and over on top of Nexus Alliance. Nova, look at this. Here comes the Vegas coming up and around on that backside. And Bappy Sour clearing out the hilltop. Bappy Sour up to 2 eliminations. And we still have Vitality Pro over. Ooh, I thought he was on top of that roof. And let's go. Let me put that map back up there. You can see the chaos that is going on. Now we do have the Apex Esports Pro coming into that Boatyard Ruins area on top of 2B House. And at this northern side, Emperador headed right up and in onto Passion. Passion right there, right in front of him. Emperador with that side angles, trying to get those shots down onto Passion. Emperador using the school. And here comes the rest of them. Passion right up and in. Emperador taking out another one. So now we do have a fight up here between Vespera, Team 7, and Region 8 Gaming. And we're down to just a duo. Now we got 4 all the way across the way. And Malik is getting pulled up on in the compound. The Coops compound right in here. Trying to get those shots through the wall, and now it is just up to 4. 4 gives his position away. Oh, he's going to try to get out of there, and he almost ran right into that water. Yeah, we are still only in stage 3, but look at him using this terrain to try to stay out of the spray by Region 8, and we are still, he's getting chased down. He is getting chased down by Truback. Truback right in behind him. And he's going to end up right here on the 4 Angry Men. The 4 Angry Men over here in East Raz. And don't stop there, because you've also got the Silence right up on that edge. Vespera trying to get anywhere he can. So now, he might be able to. Here comes. And he goes out, jumping out of that just a minute too fast. Let's get on over here to the Apex Esports Pro, because here comes 2B announced, pushing them right on out of Watertown, Boatyard, whatever you want to call it these days. Headed across to that farm, but they also have the Silence up on top of that hill. 2B announced right there behind them. Still trying, Wiggs still trying to get on in, and look at Emperador. Emperador is trying to wrap down and around. Emperador coming right up along the way. Watching the Apex Esports Pro pull right up into this farm. And now he's going to be right across Nightcroy on that backside, coming in onto the ridgeline. But Nightcroy, you've got to be announced at your back. That is Claws coming right up behind you. Keep your head down, Nightcroy. Your little floaty. Alright, let's go. Let's go ahead and scroll on in, get a better idea where the teams are. We have Region 8 wrapping up and around. Ooh, Vegas going on by. Look at that. Apex 4, Corey, the billionaire in the chat. Your team is down to just a duo. They are getting completely surrounded by the Silence. The Silence are coming on in. Wiggs is across the street. Snazzy trying to get those shots over onto the Silence. But look at this. Salty. Ooh, Salty coming up right behind. Right behind over on the other side. Wiggs is on fire. He's on fire, trying to get the fire out as all the nades are coming right up and through and at the door. Through the window. And we got the chaos over at East Raz. We have 3 teams in East Raz. We got Dark Esports over here. We got the 4 Angry Men and Region 8 Gaming. They are all right here at East Raz. We are in stage 4. Look at East Raz. Dark Esports, Region 8 Gaming, 4 Angry Men. Man, it looks like Dark Esports still, oh, they got one knocked, so now 4 Angry Men also have a player knocked. Home Depot on that back ridge. 2 of them knocked from Dark Esports. 1 down and out from Dark Esports. We still have all 4 of them standing for Region 8. Dark Esports down to just a solo on that back wall. The 4 Angry Men trying to hold down the squad house as Region 8 are coming up and around this other side. They are still in zone. They are still able to hold on to a Gamma on your screen. As here they go, Dark Esports wreck getting right on out of there. And we do have a push by Cloudy coming right up and in. Cloudy on this other side of the wall. Gamma on the one side. Gamma Deadly up to 3 eliminations. So now let's get the Deadly over here. So we're down to just 2 and Home Depot. Let's see what's going on with Home Depot on the back side of this wall. Deadly on the one side of the wall. Home Depot on the other side. We got the Mollies coming out. Home Depot running right up and across, but we did manage to get one of them picked up from Region 8. Deadly still on a deadly spree. And Dark Esports coming right back up and in on top of all of this. And Gamma is picked back up. Deadly up to 4 eliminations. Truebox been knocked. Cloudy, the last one still standing for Region 8. Now, oh, Deadly gets stunned, and now it's down to Gamma over here, and we still have Dark Esports somewhere in all of this, unless he is gone. Roxy, good morning to you, Roxy. Alright, so we have reset. We've got Gamma getting Sang picked back up, Deadly back up onto his feet, Cloudy and Trupak back up onto the feet, getting up on top of the roof, and we're down to the top 4 teams. The 2 teams in a fight over here. We've got 2 be announced, and we've got 1 other team. I will check it in just a second. Let me see if the silence. The silence are still in this level. Good morning, level. Alright, so now Gamma's still running, still trying to get the teammates picked back up. Deadly has been knocked, and here they come right up and in. Cloudy is the last one still standing. Cloudy is up to 5 eliminations. It's just Cloudy and Gamma, but here comes 2 be announced. Claus is coming right up and in, trying to get some of these shots in. He finds them. So now let's get on over to Claus, because Claus is up to 4 eliminations. Also coming up and over towards the East Roz. Gamma is able to get Sang picked back up, and here they come wrapping up and around. Gamma throwing those smokes, trying to hold off the push by all 4 of them from 2 be announced. Blaze right across the way. Blaze trying to get those shots. The Amphidoor. Oh, and now we're down to the Amphidoor over at the school, taking the shots onto 2 be announced. All 4 of them from 2 be announced on their way over to the Amphidoor. Amphidoor trying to get those shots, almost gets, he does get the Blaze taken off, and there it is. We barely made it into stage 5. 2 be announced coming in first with 12 eliminations, 10 placement points, 22 total points for 2 be announced. Coming in second, the Silence with 7 eliminations, and the 4 Angry Men coming in third with 6 eliminations. So much chaos. I don't think I left Razak. Here are the finals, or the Not the final scores, but here are your scores. 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, and 16. Going all out. Region 8, Cloudy. 5 eliminations. Claws coming up over that ridgeline and finding Cloudy on that rooftop. 5 eliminations, 890 points. Give me just a minute. Thank you, Gaylita. My pleasure. All right, guys, and let me see if they're going to give us the scores, and I will be right back. Hold on. That's up and over the ridgeline, coming around. Look at this. We got KC 999. Ooh, down and out. KC should be able to get picked back up, but we are right here on this edge of zone. They do need to come on in. We got Skill of Man coming right on in. Stream Slayer Winter. Look at this. Winter Winter was right, driving straight at the Academy team and turned around and went the other way. So nope, no thank you. Chosen now over here by the Silent Esports. Silent Esports right on down, right below player 3. So now the Chosen, but we have Finial coming right up and in on the top of the Chosen. If the Chosen stays here on this ridgeline, they will be Finial food. And now we are headed straight over to Aluva. Let's check in now on Aluva. Aluva, here's all these vehicles coming out and around. Friend trying to get out of this. Friend with that S12K put it to work. Does get a knock over onto the Chosen, but the Chosen overwhelming. And so now Region 8 still pushing right up and in onto Team 10. Team 10, the Academy, we're here. And now I do not think the Academy is here anymore. Academy moving on out, guys. So let's see what else is going on in this chaos. Let me go over here. I'll stay here with you for a second while I move this map back in, and we can see that we still have 13 teams, 44 players in this. And wait till you see this map. Look at the map. It is like a hairline. Everybody from the east to the west on the north side. And we do have Region 8 shooting right up and in onto the Chosen. The Chosen, look at this. We do have Skill of Man moving up and around, but the Academy went to the north side of the hill on top of Region 8. Skill of Man trying to come right up and in to straight out of Nepal. Wolf right across the way with to be announced right at the top of the hill. Straight out of Nepal. Wolf just getting sandwiched between all these teams trying to get on out of there. And now he's going to run right into the Chosen to be announced, or Region 8. He has one of those few teams, and it is to be announced. Oh, it's Region 8. Region 8 finding straight out of Nepal on that rotation. Look at your mini map up above. Region 8 still in zone when we've got the Academy right on down. We've also got Team 17 almost there, coming right up in endless teams. We got Wiz and 11 right across the way. Wiz is down to about 5 HP. The last one still standing right over here with the Academy. The 4 Angry Men. Region 8, they are all right up this hill, and we got the blue zone right at our back, and Wiz trying to get these shots. He's down to about 5 HP. Wiz is able to find the Academy, so now he's got to move on out. And we are still going to the north. 3 11, pushing right up into the middle of all this. Uphill from Region 8, our to be announced uphill. The Chosen uphill. I feel like this is Miramar all over again, all uphill from here. The emergency cover coming right in on top of 311. You gotta watch where you throw your sticks. All right, so now let's get on over to be announced Winter 1v47 easy, says Kelita. So let's find the Extreme Slayer Winter 1v19, Kelita. 1v19 coming up and in. So now let's go ahead and scroll on in. Winter is stuck out here in the blue. This is stage 6. Winter may not make it out of the blue because you can't be in the blue after stage 3 without horrific damage being done. And Winter makes it up in Kelita. It is Winter 1v15, 16, 14. So let's get on over here to the Chosen. Chosen are down to just a duo as the Silents are still pushing up and in on this ridge. Welcome back, everyone. Are you ready to see these scores? To be announced. 2 winner chicken dinners tonight was 78 total points. Region 8 coming in second with 63. The 4 Angry Men at 56. There are your scores there. The unofficial scores, guys, just in case there's any discrepancies. These teams can get extra points or whatever if they have the screenshots. But we all know that we want to say thank you so much for coming out and supporting these teams, these players, Region 8, the North America's best stars, and me. We all truly appreciate your support. Have a great night, everyone. Stay safe, and I will see you soon. Good night, everyone.